up? What's up? I cannot see the chat, so I don't know what's happening. I don't use YouTube live stream app. I use a different one, and it is not showing me. But I am going to continue on breaking down Boss Life interview with Empress Paris. We already discovered if you was in the wee hour of the morning with me, team up all night, team no sleep. We was up. It was like one or two or three or four, whatever of us, and we was up just picking apart the interview Boss Life had with Empress Paris and also with Drama Sound Off. Comparing everything. Also want to get into Trina B and what Trina B had to say. Keys, he had hit up Trina B, had her come up, the female Trina B. She is an advocate for TKO and Armani, so we already knew that was a biased perception. No matter what they say, y'all gotta read between the lines. Don't get fooled by the way somebody look. The Bible y'all believe in, most of y'all believe in, talks about not being taken away by smooth talkers. Don't be taken away by those who talks very slick with their tongue, because they lead to destruction. And I'm not saying exact words, but you know how that go. So you got to really pay attention to a person's lifestyle, who they truly are, not just how they look. I know y'all think Korea is beautiful. I know y'all think because on the outside she appears to be beautiful to you, and Armani, and TKO. But you can't just get caught up. Come on, y'all. Don't get caught up on the outside perception. You got to look at these people. And what I'm going to show first before we get into that interview, I'm going to go to, let me see if it's on there. I'm going to go to a part on where TKO and Korea, there they go. TKO and Korea was lined up. And when they talk, I'm going to hit on, this is like almost an hour into their live when they was lined up. Y'all, the whole live they had, the vibes was good. What I see and feel is Korea really needed an advocate. A lot of people dragging her because she even is lined up with him after this man rejected this woman on live. Now, there's some times when I'm on his side straight up. I'm on TKO's side when he's right. When that man is innocent in the sense that he not misleading y'all, he telling y'all who he is up front, and you choosing not to believe him. When he's right, he's right. Just because he's being nice to you, Korea, it don't mean he in love with you and you the only one. Because I think what happens is you forget. So as they're on live, vibing, reminiscing, and he did give an update on the trial, a very brief one. I don't know what place in this video we might miss it because I don't know, and I'm not listening to the whole thing. I'm not interested in them getting along, honestly. So I'm not listening to all that, but I know that he did provide an update, and he said everything went smooth. Everything went good. It went well. In that trial with him and Peppermint. Ain't that what it's called? Hold up. Pepper something. The restaurant where he was secretly recording women under their dresses. The woman was sitting across the room from him. Him and Korea was at the restaurant at the table waiting for their food. TKO was live streaming, showing under women's dresses, showing in between women's legs. And the woman, she felt it. You know, women, our intuitions are strong. The woman felt it. She picked it up, and you could tell because she closed her legs. He was recording her for thousands and thousands upon thousands of people to see and talk about. So the people in the comments, they called the restaurant Peppermill. They called that restaurant, was like, look, you got a man in there. They described the man. He got weave in his hair, fake eyes, blonde, fake hair in his hair. You know how they do. And he's sitting with a woman. She's light-skinned. His name is TKO. Her name is Korea. They are recording under your waitress's dresses or whatever, and looking at their legs. The manager came over there. The supervisor came over and told him to leave. They didn't negotiate. They protecting their interests, which is their workers. And they're white, y'all. These people were white. So they took this man to court. He went to court yesterday. He had a plea, but he denied it. He refused it. He wanted to take it to trial. And he's saying it went well. These same people that was in that restaurant are lined up together. Now, what I'm going to right now is Pretty Next Door, because it was said Boss Life, she woke it up that TKO had sex with Pretty Next Door when P&D went up to Vegas, and when she came back from out of the country. The girl traveled. She was in Japan. The girl done went to Mexico. She came from out of the country. She went to Vegas when they had the photo shoot. Boss Life woke it up that, wait a minute, I might be getting them separate. It's 2 different times he had sex with her. He had sex when they went to the club. 21, Pretty Next Door went to the club. Pretty Next Door actually was staying with Yetta at this time. She slept with TKO. He had sex with her, bent her over on the toilet stall, in the bathroom of the club. Korea didn't know that. Korea went off. She was upset. So I'm going to play the first time that Pretty Next Door makes any attempt to talk to Korea and how she reacts. Now, I want to point this out. Korea thinks that she is a dignified woman, a woman of value and of worth. She don't think she a hoe, y'all. She don't think she signed up to be a man's hoe. She thinks that she still got her whole confidence and people look at her as if she's set apart and different. She not seeing it. You sharing a man. You're sharing a man. You are a hoe. That's what you is. I know you probably don't see it because you think that Pretty Next Door is a prostitute, and this is why she's upset that TKO even messed with Pretty Next Door. And that's an insult to that girl. For her to look down on her, but yet you don't see what you doing by lining yourself up, aligning yourself with TKO. It is what it is. It ain't never gonna be no loving for no hoes. It ain't. I don't care what you tell. The men are gonna tell you that the hoes get respect because they want you to trick for them. They want you to go out there and they want you to make money for them. So they're not gonna tell you about yourself. They're not gonna tell you the truth. Then you gonna wake up and you're not gonna want to sell your body anymore. The men are gonna tell you that. They also gonna tell Boss Life she switched her story up. They're going to also call her bitches. Men are going to be the first ones to say Boss Life lied about TKO hitting him. And that's why they have such a thing as witness protection. And they have victim shaming, laws that protect victims. They have harassing the witness, and it's another word I've been using, and now I can't think of the damn word. But they are intimidating, there we go, witnesses. Yes, TKO came straight from jail. And he already wanted to paint the picture and tell y'all what he wanted you to see before Boss Life even got out of jail. That's intimidating the witness. But Boss Life don't want to press charges. She want, like they do, they want to let this man get away with what he did to them. So it's going to be a couple things we talk about. We're going to talk about why I titled this live the way I did. And yesterday's live the way I did. Because you got these two who are condoning TKO secretly recording under women's dresses and legs. We're going to talk about the criminal behind the camera. And this is why I got an issue with them being okay with it. Okay, but first let's start here where she is about to finally talk. She's going to get her chance to talk to Pretty Next Door. Let's get into it.
Let me see. Thank you for that. Thank you for that gift. Twister was one too. Twister was most definitely
Oh,
one.
Twister's classic. Twister's classic.
Show me love. Hold on, give me 1 second, real.
Okay, you good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He thanks you. He thanks you. I don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is.
All right, so Korea, I have fast forwarded because it's too much. It's so much. But he has spoke to Pretty Next Door. She came to his live. TKO spoke to her. In Korea, she doesn't like that because she found out after they was all the way broken up. They've been broken up for months. But she found out that he had sex with Pretty Next Door while they were still in a relationship. Mind you, it's not just her and TKO in this relationship. It's her, Armani, and TKO in a relationship at that time. She still got it in the imprint of her head that she was only with this man. She the only one with him. And even now, you can tell when he's sitting, he lines up with her and entertains her and give her attention that she want from him. She get it confused. It confuses her emotions, and this is why everybody was telling her to stop talking to him, cut him off, because it's for your own health. You can't still be with an ex, lined up with your ex, and you not over your ex. You study trying to be friends with him, and that's not helping you heal because it's confusing your emotions. Your emotions are just that, emotions, and it's confusing you. Look at her getting mad at Pretty Next Door and TKO. Really, Pretty Next Door. The woman's gonna always get more angry with the woman, even though that don't make sense. She get mad. Look at her face. She was just in a good mood. They was talking about old school candies, all kind of, candy, cigarette candy, and bazooka gum. I remember them all. Different old school games we used to play, red light, green light, all that. And now that Pretty Next Door came in and he was like, hey, what's up, Pretty Next Door? It threw her off, y'all. So now what it is he just got a call. What I think is that might have been Pretty Next Door calling. I'm not sure though.
No, please don't ask me why I'm being like that. Please don't. Please don't ask me why I'm being like that. I understand he wasn't thinking. It's okay. It's okay. And I gave my answer. He asked and I gave my answer. It's
Oh,
all
I
right.
think
Are we moving on? We're moving on. We're gonna stay
It's
positive.
okay.
no. Okay, so hold up. What? I think I skipped it. Wait a minute. 54:31. Let me see. I just played that though. 54:28. Let's just see what
everything is
happened.
positive. So we're gonna keep it positive, all right? Let it do it. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate the gifts. Appreciate the gifts.
It was good. Thank you, love.
Tap the screen, shut it live as I come through. Appreciate someone loves you. Really coming through for the 1-2. Appreciate the love. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What up, Jury's Angel? Let's run it back. What up, Big
All
Trouble?
right, so we skipped it.
What it do? What it do?
All right, let me rewind it.
Name an 80s game.
No,
I go first.
let me go to
Pick up
54.
six or whatever
Oh
the
yes,
pickup six.
I pick up sticks. I ain't never played it, but my sisters did.
You
Somebody
never
said
played
duck hunt.
pickup six?
Marbles. Oh, they used to always play marbles. Marbles is the
Okay.
game.
What about red light, green light?
Re- You know what I'm noticing right now? That's very
Reminiscent.
I guess sad. The kids of this generation is being deprived of real
Yeah,
it was a lot
they
of
they be
fun.
yeah, they are.
They be on a tablet. Like we had
Yeah, red
so
light,
many
green light is
games,
classic.
man.
Yeah,
We used to play
yeah.
all those games back in the day. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm just actually thinking, like they're getting robbed, gang. It's like they would never know none of these games. You got
Yep,
2 minutes,
yep,
pretty next
for
door.
sure.
What's going on?
Yep, for sure.
You it's a game called you got two
Pretty
minutes? Are
next
you are
door.
you are you asking me? You trying to call would you need to call me real
I'm
quick or
saying hi
something?
to the
You
woman
can
you
call me,
just
I'll
talked
commute.
to.
Oh, you want a 3 versus 3? Yeah, you
She
can come
said
up
you in the
here.
bathroom.
Yeah,
What's
if you
wrong
don't
with me saying
mind,
hi?
you don't mind a pretty next door come up.
Oh, I'm talking. Hold
Who,
on.
me?
Foursquare.
Four square,
Damn,
four
you telling your
square.
age for
Yes,
sure.
yes, four square, four square.
Foursquare.
For sure.
Yo-yos. Don't play
Of
with my
course, the
yo-yo.
yo-yo. That's classic.
Yo-yos is
Hopscotch.
classic. Thank you, someone
Yeah,
loves you. Yo-yos is
yeah.
classic, gang.
Pickup
Damn.
six, pickup six, or whatever
Oh,
the
yes.
pickup six.
I pick up sticks. I ain't never played it, but my sisters did.
You
Somebody
never
said
played
duck hunt.
pickup six?
Marbles. Oh, they used to always play marbles. Marbles is the
Okay.
game.
What about red light, green light?
Re- You know what I'm noticing right now? That's very I guess sad. The kids of this generation is being deprived of real
Yeah,
Titles.
it was a lot
they
of
they be
fun.
yeah, they are.
They be on
Korea wears clothes that's way too tight for her. And you know why, right? Because she don't want to look fatter. But, or fat. I'll say fat. She don't got a bad shape. Korea don't got a bad shape. She did pick up a lot of weight. She don't eat on camera, thank you. Because I think to me that's rude. Unless you don't a mukbang. I don't want to see you eating. I personally don't want to see you eating on live. Like to me, that's rude. People lost touch of manners, but they got that from Nature Boy. They liked it. They adopted it. However, I'm saying Korea's clothes, her shirt is too tight. Jeans are too tight. She's always wearing clothes that's way too tight. I think as a woman, I think she need to wear clothes that's her size. I'm just overseeing her with these tight clothes on. Girl, it's not given to me. It ain't given. You ain't that thin, girl. You done picked up some weight. I don't know if you know that, but you done picked up some weight.
On a tablet. Like we had
Yeah,
so
red light,
many
green light,
games,
flashing.
man.
Yeah,
We used to play
yeah.
all those games back in the day. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm just actually thinking, like they're getting robbed, gang. It's like they would never know none of these games. You got
Yep,
2 minutes,
yep,
pretty next
for
door.
sure.
What's going on?
Listen,
Yep, for sure.
You, it's a game called. You got 2 minutes.
listen.
Are you asking me? You trying to call? Would you need to call me real quick or something? You can call me. I'll come mute. Oh, you
Okay.
want a 3 versus 3? Yeah, you can come up here. Yeah, if you don't mind, you don't mind a pretty next door come up.
Who, me?
Whoever.
Yeah, she want to come up real quick. She want to ask her.
Excuse me.
Hold on, no, let me.
I'm
Oh,
just let you. I'm gonna let
oh,
you do
no, no,
your
no, no,
thing
never mind.
because
Never mind. I ain't trying to.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, but
I'm
here's
so
my
confused.
problem. Why does she think she's so much better than Pretty Next Door? Why does she think she's better? She's not. It don't matter if Pretty Next Door is selling her body to strangers. You still sharing a man. This man done been with all these women with you and you still accepted them. You accepted it all, girl. You still lined up with him. You telling that man that it's okay. You'll get mad a little while, but she'll calm down. She still want me. So stop looking down on her when you still doing the same thing. You doing the same thing. It's still opening your legs and you still accepting of it. You still all the bodies he catching, you catching them because you still accepting of it. And I guarantee you, I'm almost 100% sure she's gonna go up there to Vegas. Why you think she talking to him? Why you think she warming y'all up on live so y'all won't drag her too much and stop gifting her? Why you think she keep lying to him? She's lying to him because she wants to warm it up because she's gonna show up in Vegas, y'all. Stop, don't be fooled.
Confused why you even asked me that at this point. I'm
Who are you?
confused.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you do you.
yeah.
Go ahead and line her. You can
Not.
line her.
Okay,
You can
liner.
line her. It's okay.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
No,
line
that's
her.
okay.
Line her.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, you good?
I'll call
Pretty
her on the
next door.
phone.
She thinks she better than Boss Life. That's why Boss Life need to really do her big one. She really need to do her biggest. And she really need to follow through with them charges. Girl, they playing it in your face every time. They think you not nothing, girl. Girl, I would do it. I would do it. If I ain't gonna take, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable putting that man in jail either. Honestly, I wouldn't, because I know I took the car right. But I will definitely get my money back. I'm going to go and try to get my money back, because they playing in your face. Korea really thinks she better than Pretty Next Door and Boss Life. You're not. You're not, because you still sharing TKO. You was laid up in that man's bed while his pregnant woman was in the other room. You didn't have no problem with that. And you keep saying, Korea keeps saying she's cool with Armani because Armani took the back seat. Now, if Armani was in the bed and you had to sleep in the third room, would you still be cool with Armani? But you still sharing a man. It's the same thing. It's nothing different. You're not better than Pretty Next Door. At least she getting paid for some of the stuff she doing. You ain't getting no money. You giving your money to him. You giving your money to him so he can lay up and take out those other women. You paid for those other women, girl. All of you women, all of y'all that's agreeing to be with this man and poly and stuff like that, y'all are all helping him in his enterprise. Pimp women. You helping the man because you're paying your money to them and they are using the money for the women. Better believe it. Boss Life paid for Armani to get that Christmas tree, his music video. She paid for them people to lay their heads. Korea came back to that house. You paid for the enemy of yours, to come back and live. Y'all think it's cool? Let him slide? No, everybody gonna feel it. You talking about vindictive ain't what you want, girl? Get vindictive. Girl, you will feel much better. You don't gotta go to jail. Just do it the legal way. Get your money. Get your revenge. Honey, I ain't the one. Cause I'm gonna go for what's mine. You gonna feel it. Everybody gonna feel it. Cause I'm coming for my money. 30,000 is not a little bit of money. Stop lying. Stop pretending. Y'all keep saying it ain't hardly no money. That's lies. That's delusion. That is a lot of money. We ain't rich. And you did a lot to get that money. So no. Get your money, and she thinks she's better than Pretty Next Door. Let's go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
call her on the phone. Yeah,
Yeah,
I call her on the
I'm
phone.
confused. What?
Yeah.
Why would you even ask me that?
Cause who are
Thank you so
you?
much. Someone loves you. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna drop it. I asked you. I wasn't
Yeah,
thinking it
but
was a problem.
don't
I
ask
wasn't
me
thinking
because
like
you
that.
already know. You would. I think you
You
would
ain't
already know my
Yeah.
nobody.
answer. Don't ask me that. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about it. That's my bad. So we're gonna let it
Uh,
go. Yeah. But
thank you.
uh let me see, let me see. Thank you for that. Thank you for that gift. Twister.
When
Twister
you
was one
sit
too.
down, Korea, you slop. When you sit back and you line with this man, who you mad at him because you say he cheated. No, you mad at her. Cause you happy with him. You sitting chilling with him. Korea not mad at TKO. She mad at Pretty Next Door because he was attracted to Pretty Next Door. He's mad at her. Let's call it what it is. He's mad at her because TKO is attracted to Pretty Next Door, and she don't think that Pretty Next Door is worth shit. She never wanted to be with Pretty Next Door. They don't like them. Them Armani and Korea don't want Pretty Next Door boss life. They think they better. They think they better. They think they bright skin. They better. They look better. They cleaner. They worth more than them girls. They think they better. In all actuality, the man is choosing. He's choosing them. But they not mad at him. They're mad at the women. And these women, look at them. They young women. They was, girl.
Twister was most definitely
Oh,
one.
Twister's classic. Twister's classic.
Show me love. Hold on, give me 1 second, real.
And he want to make
Okay,
it
you
known
good.
he's calling Pretty Next Door. See what he doing? And this is why I'm not mad. I know it's a little devious of him. It is, because when you do sneaky things, I don't like nobody that's sneaky. I like you to be. I want to know who you. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I don't like nobody sneaky. Instead of him saying to her, you know what, Pretty Next Door, she cool. He's gonna make sure the phone ring. He making sure that he making it known he's gonna call her. He's doing it the underhanded way. People's feelings get hurt when you do things underhanded. People get hurt. Just be upfront. Be justified, TKO. That's all I'm saying. Just when you gonna do your dirt, just do it. Be you. Don't act like you this person you not. Cause that's when you become wrong. When you present an image that's people falling for and giving you thousands of dollars. Done made you a millionaire and you pretending you somebody. I mean, just be straight up. She's still gonna sit with you at the end of the day. Korea's desperate. I know y'all like to say she's not desperate. She like to say that too, but that's desperate. A woman that's not desperate, she not texting that man like that. She letting that man he gonna check for her. She not checking for him, especially if he did her dirty. She's gonna sit back and wait. She gonna cut him off. That's not a desperate woman. A desperate woman, she gonna get done wrong, and she's still gonna try to chase that man by texting and texting and texting, calling and calling and calling, lying to him and lying to him. All in TKO going over to TikTok. All of a sudden now Korea's going over to TikTok. She is a desperate. She's a desperate type. It is what it is. She could deny it. It still is what it is. So she's mad because now he's going to go ahead and call Pretty Next Door, which I like that, because don't act like Pretty Next Door ain't nothing and ain't ish. She is. She's worth it. You just as much as you are worth it. She's worth it, and she deserves his attention as well because he slept with her. He threw it in her, and then he did it again at the house. According to Boss Life, he did it again at the house in the room with Boss Life. So not only did he hit once, he hit twice. And he still be all up in Pretty Next Door live gifting her. That's what you call not desperate. Now, I see some desperate ways of Pretty Next Door, but when she really getting her womanhood, she don't even got to do that. She realized she don't got to chase TKO. TKO kind of got a liking for her. He's attracted to her. He's drawn to her, and that's what makes Korea uncomfortable. That's what makes Barbie uncomfortable with Korea. The fact that TKO is attracted to Korea, and it's nothing that Barbie could say or do. Okay, so let's finish with this part. I bet you she's sitting there though.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
ain't
Thank you.
gonna
Thank you. Thank you.
unlearn.
Thank you. He thanks you. He thanks you.
Look at her. Look at her. She's
I
shading. Look
don't
at her
I don't
shading pretty.
understand it, but you know, it is what it is.
Look at her.
No, please don't ask me why I'm being like that. Please don't ask me why I'm being like that. I understand he wasn't thinking. It's okay.
He is
It's okay.
thinking.
And I gave my answer. He asked and I gave my
He
answer.
choose
It's all
delusion.
right.
Are we moving on? We're moving on. We're gonna stay
No, he
It's
positive. You
okay.
know,
choosing,
everything is positive, so we're gonna keep it
and
positive,
he
all right?
can do it. He just gonna
Let
be
it do
sitting
it.
right
Thank
there
you for
like
the
he
gifts. I
did,
appreciate the
looking
gifts.
stupid and
Appreciate
rolling
the
your eyes.
gifts.
It was good. Thank you, love.
Tap the screen, shut alive as y'all come through. Appreciate someone loves you. Really coming through for the 1-2. Appreciate the love. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What up, Jury's Angel? Let's run it back. What up, Big Trouble? What it do? What it do?
In big trouble. I don't want to ever hear you dragging TKO. What is wrong with you? Are you on something? Why you keep dragging TKO and you keep going his live gifting him? What is the matter with your head? What is up with you girls? I don't get y'all. Y'all be dragging him and then y'all go gift him. It's like you fighting yourself. If you gonna gift him, gift him. If you gonna be with him, be with him. Be for him. But don't pretend on your live and drag him if you still giving him your money.
You said nigga knocking? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's nigga knocking for sure. Yeah, it's what we call it in the South for sure. Nigga knocking. I used to love that game for some reason because my heart be beating. Someone loves you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ria. Thank you, love.
Someone loves you to send me more than a dragon. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you so much. All right, name something. Thank, thank you. Korea, go ahead, name something. What's up? What's going on? Is the vibe too much off
Name
y'all?
something of name something of what? I'm sorry. What were we
I'm
talking
saying,
about?
are we still doing this? I don't know. I don't know how you feel right now. I don't know if you want to be loud.
It's a little awkward, but
Oh, okay.
It
it
ain't
is what it
awkward
is.
because you still
What
sitting
we
there.
talking about? What we talking about?
Stop playing stupid.
Uh,
Being a
Name something of
lol,
what?
lark, whatever.
we were still playing the game.
The '90s game. What was the last thing y'all named? Nigga knocking. I would say uh hiding. Would it be like? I guess hide and go seek. I guess, but I know my brothers used to be like hide and go hunch or
You
some
know you
shit
was
that they
No,
being
you
used
know
to
you want to
do.
stupid.
say hide and go get
Yeah,
it.
I can't. With people like her, I can't. She was playing hide and go get it. She was playing it. She acting like she better than everybody. She acts like she's better than everybody. She's above everyone. And she's sitting there sharing. Honey, everybody not sharing a man. Some women that may not look as good as her, they not settling for that. They having them men. They getting that commitment. They getting that loyalty. And their men ain't cheating on them. Their men love them and they respect them. You not, so stop thinking you better. Cause you settled for him. He done dragged you, girl. He done called you bitch. The man done said to everybody he don't miss you. He don't want you. And that was that. And it was months after in spans of time. And he still was holding on to it. And then he woke it up that you was texting him. It's not even that he was texting you. You know how I be. And she hollering, he love me. He know what it. No, he don't. A man that love you ain't letting you go. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Boss life and y'all don't gotta chase these men. Just let them chase you. Just see what they do. If they not chasing you or trying to get with you, coming back to you, they're not trying to come back to you, at least you'll be able to move on. Either they gonna chase you or you not, you or nothing. That's it. That's how you get the respect. Y'all want respect. That's the way to get it. It's not telling him to his face you want respect, cussing him out, giving him money. None of that is going to get it. That's not how it goes. That's not how you get respect. You get respect when you walk away, you cold turkey cut them off. Cut their supply off. They want something from you. TKO had, if he didn't like something about you, he would not have had you there. He did like something about you and he liked your money, okay. But then I think it's more than just money for you to be around a house like that. I think he did start liking boss life a little bit. And because of that, she should have used that leverage. Go home, stop texting, stop the calling. Girl, that's how you get your respect. And now that it's too late for that. Now what you need to do is you need to just call that it's over with. It's a done deal. Because now you got a whole DUI that's going to follow you all the way throughout your life. You always going to be marked with that DUI. So, Korea has lost self-respect. She don't have it. You can dress up all you want. That doesn't mean anything. Because there's a lot of women that don't dress up and they got a man and you want one. You can't get one. You can't get the man you want. So, you ain't better than nobody. All right. So, I want to get into why, real quick and very brief, why is it wrong for Korea and for TKO to sit there and act like him getting off of that charge he had from Peppermill Restaurant, secretly recording women under their skirts? Why is this a red flag to the judicial system? Why is it a red flag? Let's get into why it's a red flag. And why you shouldn't have did it. Why you should not, you acting like it's okay. Let's go back to why real quick. This is why. Shout out to Bigo Clerk. He has the man, this says the real behind the rape. I'm not going to read all this too much, but I'm going to read some of it so we can know what we're doing. This is why they should not have made the situation at Peppermill meaningless and say it's nothing in Korea for her to say she see that they took it too far. He should have never had to go to trial. She kept blowing it off like it's okay to do what he did because this is the difference. The defendant named having committed the crimes of sexual assault and living from the earnings of a prostitute in the manner following, to wit, that the said defendant on or between March 1st, 2014 and March 29th within the county of Clark, state of Nevada. Okay, I'm not reading all this, but it just goes into why. This is a man that has a whole criminal charge of sexual assault. If you get into the details, you can go on to Bigo Clerk and you can find out for yourself. The girl that was with him was underage. She was 17 years old. She was with him and with his, at the time, friend TC, who was also younger than him. He was way over in his 30s. This woman was drugged, and when she woke up, she had blood on her anus. Now, who is known for anal? Who is known for this? He denies the charges. He denies ever doing it. He's accusing TC. Without saying it, he's accusing TC. But don't be fooled, guys. Who is known for anal? Who is known for glorifying anything to do with the back door? Him. So this is his MO. This is what he does. So we know who did this, right? He likes to say, well, I wasn't convicted. You wasn't convicted because you took the lesser charge. You plead out of it. And that is why you were able to escape the conviction, because you took the plea. Yo, it is so much in here. I really should get into it, but let me see. It's so long. Alright, so it says, On March 29, 2014, at 9:43 hours, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department received a call from a male identified as Rich Glassburn. Rich was calling from Indianapolis, Indiana, requesting a welfare check on his daughter, Sierra Hoover. Rich stated he was on the telephone with Sierra and she was standing in front of a 244, gave the address, okay. After sneaking out of the residence, officers responded to the area of Grand Basin Drive where they located Sierra. Sierra alleged she had been assaulted inside the residence. Okay? A records check of the address showed prior check the welfare calls. On November 10, 2013, Amy Courtney called LVMPD's dispatch, also requesting a welfare check on her daughter, Ashley Robertson. So it looks like two people called. Amy expressed concern that her daughter, Ashley, was a victim of ex trafficking. Amy stated the suspect was a male named Antonio Keller. That's TKO Capone. Amy said Keller was a member of Switch Gear Gang. According to Amy, she had seen pictures on Instagram and said there were about 7 other females inside the residence. Who is this known for? Who's known for having multiple women inside his residence? Amy's okay then. Amy stated that all the females appear under the influence of narcotics. The females were hiding automatic firearms in the photos. One of the photos said, "I picked up a new white bunny today. Text me for prices." That was TKO on social media promoting pimping. Amy said they were drinking on a drink called Purple Syrup. Who's known for syrup? Who known for lean? It was Amy's beliefs the drink contained codeine. Lean. When officers served and interviewed Ashley, she admitted that she was a prostitute. Ashley said there were 4 other girls from Tennessee staying at the residence. Ashley said Antonio Keller was staying there and was described as a possible pimp. Ashley reported Keller was known to drive a gold-colored Cadillac. At the time of this call, there was also a white Mercedes parked at the residence that was registered to Antonio Keller. Ashley told officers that she was not in danger yet. However, she was very distraught and crying. Ashley said Keller's friend had an AK-47 inside the residence for a day or so. However, she said the weapon was not inside currently. Ashley then returned inside the residence and the welfare check was completed. A check of Facebook, oh my gosh, this is long. A check of Facebook on March 29, 2014 revealed a page belonging to a male who identifies himself as TKO Capone. This page is believed to be owned by Keller. Pictures appear to have been taken from within the Grand Basin Drive residence. There are several pictures that show the exterior, the address, and TKO Capone, stating that is his residence. In numerous photographs, he makes reference to the Switchgear Gang and is displaying hand symbols common to street gangs. It is unclear if the Switchgear Gang is a street gang or name for a music group, as Keller is apparently involved in the music business. He is also in numerous photos with what appeared to be an automatic firearm. Keller is in numerous photos with liquid prescription bottles and carbonated clear beverages that he calls syrup. Detective J. Hendricks, along with Detective J. Gaddis, contacted Sierra Hoover at UMC. A digital recorded interview was conducted with Sierra. The following is a summary of the interview and is not verbatim. If further information is needed, please refer to audio recording or transcription. While living in Indiana, Sierra met a black male, 19 years old, with the moniker Snapback via a mutual friend. She met a 19-year-old. Was that TC? This meeting took place a few months ago when Sierra was still 17 years old. Sierra stayed in contact with Snapback, who introduced her by Facebook to a black male, late 20s, with the moniker TKO. Okay, so he's in his late 20s. 28, I think. Suggested Sierra message TKO at the Facebook page. TKO, Sierra used her Facebook page, Sierra Hoover, to contact TKO. Over the past few months, Sierra, Snapback, and TKO had maintained contact. Sierra said TKO had an offer for her. With his involvement in making rap music, he needed a female singer and dancer. How many times have we heard him, TKO, he's still trying to make it off the ground with his music. He needed a female singer and dancer. TKO offered to have Sierra come to Las Vegas to sing and dance in his rap music video. Again, how many times does this man promote a good vision and you ended up seeing something different? Okay, so let me see where I'm at. Where am I? TKO said he had a studio and told Sierra she would make a lot of money. He said she would make more money if other rappers liked her when they traveled to Los Angeles, Oakland, and Miami. At some point, roughly 2 to 3 months ago, Snapback gave Sierra an inactive cellular phone with an application possibly called Text Now. Damn. So that she could keep in contact by text message. This cell phone had the capacity to operate the text program via Wi-Fi. Gosh, not the cellular network. Sierra has stayed in contact with Snapback and TKO by text messages and Facebook. TKO has apparently told Sierra several times that he cannot wait for her to come to Las Vegas and has asked on several occasions how much longer until she moves. Sierra, how many times does he coerce these women to move? This is his MO, yo. This is what he does. Several occasions, how much longer until she moves, and Sierra relayed to TKO that she would move once she turned 18 on March 7, 2014. So see the same way Boss Life said that she was working for FedEx and she was tired of stripping. She had left her ex-boyfriend who was a pimp and she was happy, she was free is what she said. She was happy she wasn't trying to be in the stripper life, but he kept telling her to dance. He was pressuring her to dance. Same thing. Same MO. But she was saying when she turned 18, she was aware that she was underage. Was he? He knows, but he didn't care. He knew she was 17, was still coercing her. And she told him here, when I turned 18 on March 7, 2014. Dang, they had the same birthday? Okay, after turning 18 years old, TKO, mailed Sierra a plane ticket that is a guest pass of Gerald Johnson, valid with Southwest Airlines, AirTran Airways. Okay, a second ticket was attached, and TKO told Sierra to bring the extra ticket with her to Las Vegas because he needed to give it to another girl. Okay, the ticket was issued on March 14th. The remaining airline ticket was given to me by Sierra and will impound it as evidence. So it's good that she did wait till she was 18, but he was still trying to get her to come before she turned 18. So look at the predator before you. He didn't care that she was 17. She cared. She was the one that was like, when I turn 18, nigga. All right. After turning 18, TKO mailed Sierra did I read that eye. On March 28, 2014, Sierra flew to Las Vegas and arrived approximately 16:20. That's 4:20. Sierra was greeted at the airport by Snapback, who introduced her physically to TKO and Shorty, and he didn't even know this girl, a Hispanic female in her early 20s. Then they got into a newer, large white SUV with no license plates. They drove around for a short time and then dropped Shorty off at an unknown house where she went inside. Shorty came out about 30 minutes later. The four continued to drive around in the white SUV and stopped at an unknown 7-Eleven and liquor store before going to TKO's house at the address. TKO, Shorty, Snapback, and Sierra arrived at TKO's house around 7 o'clock, 1900 hours. Upon going into the house, TKO told Sierra, "Welcome to your new home." TKO carried Sierra's hard-sided blue, green, and purple. Okay. Suitcase upstairs, and she carried her black Canyon. TKO showed Sierra to an upstairs spare bedroom that had multiple suitcases, apparently belonging to females, and multiple pairs of stripper shoes, as described by Sierra. TKO told Sierra she could keep her things in the room and then show her to a bed in the upstairs living room and told her that is where she could sleep. TKO, Shorty, and Snapback began drinking Four Locos. Ain't that his alcohol of choice? Alcoholic beverage and mixed vodka and Coke. TKO introduced Sierra to mixed race female ARMANI that was at the house and went by the moniker D. Her name was Desiree. All five listened to rap music while everyone. Now remember, TKO did not change. I don't think he changed Armani's name to Armani until he learned who Nature Boy was, because he knew Nature Boy gave all his people new names. And I told y'all, TKO was always back in the background before Nature Boy knew he existed. This nigga was watching Nature Boy, copying everything this man do. You know, Nature Boy give his women and men new names. She was Desiree before TKO met Nature Boy. When he met Nature Boy, he gave her a name because he wants to be just like Nature Boy, although he'll deny it. All five listened to rap music while everyone began getting ready to go out and walk the strip. Sierra did not drink any alcohol, but did consume water water she obtained herself from the faucet. Sierra said there were times her drink was left unattended. Around 100 hours, which is 1 o'clock, Snapback offered Sierra some juice. And this is in AM. Snapback offered Sierra some juice. Sierra saw the juice in the refrigerator and described it as a cloudy pink liquid stored in a gallon milk jug type container. While Snapback poured the juice, Sierra went to the restroom. When she returned and consumed the drink, she said it tasted like strawberries and was carbonated. During the same time period, TKO told Sierra to get ready to go to the strip. So far, it sounds like the other person gave her the drink. Okay. TKO Snapback's Shorty D, it was Desiree, and Sierra got into the white SUV and prepared to leave. But then TKO said, I didn't know it was this late, Armani. You gotta go make my money. Say that again. TKO Snapback, Shorty, Armani, and Sierra got into the white SUV and prepared to leave. But then TKO said, I ain't know it was that late, Armani. You gotta go make my money. All five got out of the SUV and went back inside the house. Sierra was in the living area when she heard TKO yelling at Armani. Everybody, why you always yelling at that girl? Everybody always talk about how they hear you hitting or slapping her across the room and yelling at that girl. Why you stayed? Sierra, I know I'm loud. Sierra was in the living area when she heard TKO yelling at Armani in the kitchen, telling her she did not make enough money last night and mentioned that she only made $1,000 the night before and should be making $3,000 at this point. Sierra assumed D may be a stripper. Okay. So he was hollering at Armani, telling her, you ain't get enough money. You only made $1,000. You should have brought home $3,000. Okay. D, also called Armani, got ready and left the house in a white Mercedes. Damn, she had to go back. TKO Snapback, Shorty, and Sierra left the house in the white SUV and went to the Fiesta, most likely the one on the Rancho based on what Sierra saw around the hotel. Shorty exited the SUV and went inside the Fiesta, and after about 30 minutes, TKO went inside. A while later, Shorty and TKO returned. Around 2:30 a.m., the four went into an unknown McDonald's that is attached to a gas station. Shorty got food to eat and Sierra got a McChicken sandwich to eat. Then they apparently began drinking home. But see, they still eating McDonald's too. They are some unhealthy ass people, yo. Still didn't cook. Then they apparently began driving home, but Sierra said she had started feeling tired at some point. Sierra apparently blacked out because she does not remember the ride home, does not remember arriving at TKO's house, and does not remember going into TKO's house or upstairs. Around 6 a.m., Sierra woke up in the upstairs living room on the bed TKO said she could sleep on. When Sierra woke up, she could hear them downstairs talking and laughing. The bed, she awoke and was described as a furry cheetah print mattress with a white body type pillow. Sierra said she noticed her shoes were off. Her clothes were still on, but her clothing was displaced. Sierra said the top of her skirt was pulled up to just below her breast. Damn. Leaving the bottom of her skirt at her waist and exposing her vaginal area and buttocks. Her her panties were partially down and rolled on her hip. Sierra had a lot of pain in her anus and lower abdominal area. She felt sick. Her head hurt. She was seeing dots. Nausea had set in. Her eyes felt bruised. She was weak and she felt like she was going to pass out. Sierra went into the bathroom and began throwing up. She then wiped her mouth with toilet paper and put it in the trash can. When she wiped in when she wiped her anus, due to apparent moisture, she found what appeared to be blood on the paper, which she flushed down the toilet. Sierra went back to the bed and awoke again around 600 hours. Or is that 800 hours? The house was now quiet and she apparently could not hear anyone. Sierra still felt weak and sick. Sierra went into the bathroom and showered. Okay, we gotta get to the part 2. Wow, y'all. So this is the story, and this is why I said they cannot. Korea and TKO ain't shit for acting like that pepper mill shit wasn't shit. No, this is a whole man that have fucking charges of SA somebody, yo. This is a motherfucker that can't just get away with doing shit like that. This nigga creeping around recording people is a whole different situation. So I don't want to hear that Korea bullshit, that dumbass bitch. I don't like that girl. Okay, where are we? See, I'm getting upset. Let me calm down. Being so weak, she collapsed in the shower. Sierra was able to crawl out of the shower, where she again vomited in the toilet. She then dried off with a pink towel and hung it up on the wall when she was done. While in the bathroom, Sierra wiped her anus and found a white pussy-like substance on the paper, which she flushed down the toilet. Sierra went into the spare room where her suitcase was at to get her pink Hello Kitty robe. Sierra was so weak she just lay on the floor and not one of them helped her, yo. They got a bad history. Armani have a bad history of not helping. But then again, at that time, she was getting slapped and stuff. She probably was scared. All right, so I can't say that. Okay. Around 8:35 hours, Sierra called her mother, Lisa Glassburn. Lisa advised Sierra to try and leave the house and take her personal items. Sierra gathered her purse, cell phone, identification, etc., and prepared to leave the house. Around 9 o'clock a.m., she snuck from the bedroom and tried to be quiet so nobody would hear her leave. Sierra walked to a nearby road where she was contacted by police. Sierra said she is currently on her period, and when she inspected herself, she found her tampon was still in and apparently undisturbed. Who is that, my friend? Who is that? Who liked the butthole? Who's infatuated with the backside? So what we talking about? Who is known for it? Who the loudest one on the social media app telling everybody he did this? Who's screaming he did this? Okay. Alright, where we at? Alright. Around 8:35 hours, she called her. I read that. I'm not reading that again. Sierra says she is currently okay. I read that on her period, and she is okay, undisturbed. Her tampon was undisturbed, which means she never. They didn't do it vaginally. They did the back door. They did the back door. Sierra is confident the blood she found on the toilet paper was not from her period. That's the point. When she asked what she thought happened, Sierra replied, "One of them raped me in my butt." Sierra says she remembers no conversation with anyone about having sex, and that the last person she consented to having sex with was her boyfriend in Indiana. Sierra says she learned from TKO that 8 other females live in the house besides D and Shorty. When evaluating the situation now, Sierra believes there may be prostitution involved. Sierra said that when TKO showed her the house, she noticed items such as various shoes in various sizes. D's room, making her believe more than one female may live in the room. Another bed was observed in the garage. All of the window blinds, and who likes to stay up in that garage? Okay. All of the window blinds are kept closed, and there are multiple computers and digital cameras throughout the house. And that's what Z said. Remember, Z said her mom, when TKO got locked up, her mom went in. What they do? They turned off the when her mom came. Z's mom came and helped her get her stuff. She was upset, and she felt like Armani was upstairs looking in the camera, so they made sure her mom turned the cameras off. Yep. So that goes with that. Where we at? Sierra confirmed she used no drugs last night and said she does use marijuana, but only once or twice a month. Sierra said the only drink she remembers consuming was the water from 1900 hours to 100 hours, between 7 and 9. And I mean between 7 and 1 a.m. And the juice provided by Snapback. Sierra underwent a SANE exam at UMC, SANE exam at UMC, which was conducted by SANE nurse, and they gave the name. Sierra's toxicology was positive for marijuana and showed no alcohol in her system. Nurse Ravish noted 4 lacerations on her anal folds. Oh, what that say? Erythema, and surrounding most of the hymen. She had cuts all over her behind, and an acute transection of hymen during Sierra's exam. An acute transection. That sounds like something cut, sliced. Okay, I don't know though. Sierra gave nurse a consistent account of what occurred. A further review of TKO's Facebook revealed multiple photographs of him holding automatic firearms. There are also photographs of a white Cadillac Escalade and a white Mercedes in his driveway, and multiple photos of photos TKO has what he describes as codeine in a brown color bottle similar to those issued by a pharmacy next to bottles of Sprite. A selfie video apparently filmed by TKO himself driving around in the Escalade was posted on his Facebook page around 2:30 a.m. hours on March 29, 2014. In the video, it appears TKO is driving. A female believed to be Shorty is in the front passenger seat. A male believed to be Snapback is in the rear seat behind TKO, and a passed out white female appearing to be Sierra. Okay, so they call it Kim. They got surveillance, nigga. You got surveillance. You video, somebody video, take that, put it on Facebook, and she was passed out. Wow, where we at? In the rear seat behind Shorty. Sierra's mom, Lisa, doing her own looking around on Facebook, found the same video and identified the passed out girl as Sierra. Based on the above information, there was probable cause to believe that a sexual assault took place inside that residence located at the address, and evidence of the crime would be located inside. It was believed TKO and other or Snapback were directly related to the crime and or had direct knowledge of the crime. It was also believed Snapback provided juice to Sierra that was in combination of codeine and an unknown mixture, possibly Sprite. Okay, so there's a search warrant. I authorized a search warrant for the residence at the address. They did a search warrant. Rape kit, John. The person of Snapback, the white SUV, and the white Mercedes district attorney. Okay, they did the car and stuff. Okay. And I then met with Judge Joe, and they met. Okay. The LVMPD SWAT team served the search warrant at approximately 21:30 hours. That's 9:30. At which time Antonio Keller and Nashadi, whoever that is, were taken into custody. And that might be TC. As it turns out, Nashadi's actual moniker is Shadi, rather than Shorty. Okay. Subsequent search of the residence. What the? That's so tiny. Several times that may possibly contain DNA evidence of sexual assault. Bedding from the bed in which Sierra woke in multiple cellular phones, computers, and storage devices. 14 prescription-style plastic bottles that were empty but believed to have originally contained codeine, 2 jeans, skirts, and Sierra's suitcase. 3 13-gallon trash bags packed full of empty Sprite bottles. They was getting lit. That was unregistered cloudy pink liquid in a gallon jug in the refrigerator in Sierra's suitcase and belongings. While in the garage of Antonio's house, I read him Miranda to 5 hours in the presence of detective. Okay. Antonio stated yes. When asked if he understood his Miranda rights after this reading of Miranda rights, damn, like it's so tiny. I activated my digital audio recorder as I spoke casually with Antonio during the collection of buccal, finger, and parole swabs, which were taken by CSA, so they got DNA. A digitally recorded interview was conducted with Antonio and me. This interview took place in the garage of that home. The following is a summary of the interview and is not verbatim. If further information is needed, please refer to the audio recording of or transcription. Antonio said he has lived in the house since approximately November 2013, but he just recently took over the lease from his friend. What? Okay, from his friend. Antonio said his moniker is TKO Capone and he is Punching Rapper. He said he resides with his girlfriend of a few weeks. Nasher, oh my goodness, his best friend of 7 years, Desiree Bruner, which is Armani, aka D. Okay, and his friend. So he had a girlfriend. Hold up, let's go back to that girlfriend. Girlfriend of a few weeks. Did they say the name? Nishadi. So Nishadi, whoever that was, his girlfriend, is that Z? I don't know if that's Z. That ain't Z. His best friend of 7 years, Desiree. Y'all remember he was friends with Desiree. She was always that chick that wanted to be with him, but he didn't want to be with her. Okay. And his friend Terrell Cummings. Antonio said he uses multiple social media outlets to publicize his music, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. He said he posts many of the photographs and videos seen because that's what people want to see or expect. At first, Antonio was not forthcoming when asked questions about the events that took place during the evening and night of March 28th, 2014. We spoke about the happenings of this evening and night several times before he began to give information that was somewhat consistent with information obtained from Sierra. Antonio said Sierra came to live at his house and was apparently friends with Terrell. That's TC. Antonio said he had communication with Sierra before she traveled to Las Vegas, but only for about 2 weeks. He said that upon arriving at his house from picking up Sierra at the airport, they all drank alcohol, including a Four Locos. Antonio and Sierra was driving and referenced her trying to at some point was dishes while she was intoxicated. And reference her trying to, I don't get that. Okay. Antonio corroborated most of Sierra's account to the places in which they have traveled throughout town. Antonio is unsure whether it was Fiesta Henderson or Fiesta Rancho that they visited. He said Nishadi and Terrell went inside the Fiesta, and while they were inside, they received oral sex from Sierra. What? Hold up. This nigga is snitching on TC. He a snitch. He is a motherfucking snitch. He's snitching on TC. Terrell. He said Nishadi and Terrell went inside the Fiesta, and while they were inside, he received oral from Sierra while inside of his Cadillac Escalade. According to Antonio, Sierra was fully conscious of what she was doing and was a willing participant in oral sex. Antonio said Sierra gave oral sex to Terrell prior to them leaving the house for the... So let me say this. TKO, you already put yourself in that you already put yourself there. He said he got oral that she was conscious giving. You already put yourself there. Damn, you told him that she gave you head and she was conscious. So if she already gave you head, you was already what the fuck? I can't think of the words. You was already ready. You was ready. She gave you head. You was ready. You was already in that mode. All right. And he also said that Terrell, prior to them leaving the house for the fiesta, she gave him head. Antonio said that upon returning home, everyone walked into the house on their own. Sierra, he said they walked. That's a lie, because on camera she was knocked out. So already you lying, nigga. You caught and you lie. Antonio said that upon returning home, everyone walked into the house on their own. Sierra allegedly went upstairs and went to bed, but on the camera she was passed out, is what they said. Terrell went to bed downstairs. Antonio and the Shotty went to bed in their bedroom. Antonio denies that Sierra was unconscious and carried into the house. He already caught in a lie. Antonio said nobody had sex at the house after they returned home. That's another lie. She got all kind of lacerations. Antonio said the video he posted on Facebook of him driving around contained him, Nishadi, front passenger seat, Terrell rear passenger seat, and Sierra rear passenger seat. He said Terrell and Sierra were both tired and were sleeping, but Sierra was not passed out. Antonio said he makes money to pay his bills by selling music, video, photographs, etc. He said, yeah, right. He receives payments by MoneyGram, Western Union, and PayPal. Antonio said he and Desiree share a bank. Ooh, they still shelling. He and Desiree share a bank account. So they been doing this. They been sharing a bank account, ripping people the fuck off. All right, so lean, also known as the syrup of purple syrup, is the mixture Antonio makes with codeine and Sprite. He admits the concoction will make you tired and chill, like NyQuil. Antonio said the cloudy pink liquid in the refrigerator is Kool-Aid, not syrup. You lying too much, dude. He lying again, and they done tested it. You see that? He lying again, and they tested it. They not dumb. You think they dumb? I had that before. I ain't have it legal. When I had got sick, I had I guess I had like a bad cough. I had a bad cough years ago. They gave me something that started with a promethazine, and it makes you very tired. I don't find no fun out of that. It just makes you tired. But that's what they taking. And I was prescribed by a doctor. But he lying, yo. He said, okay, where am I? Okay. Is a mixture Antonio makes with codeine and Sprite. He admits the concoction will make you tired and chill like NyQuil. Antonio said, he said the cloudy pink liquid in the refrigerator is Kool-Aid, not syrup. Lies. He said he didn't know what kind it was. The girls made it. Look, he always pointing a finger at somebody. This is oh my gosh, you always with a bitch. Antonio said he hasn't had any codeine in over 7 weeks, and we wouldn't find any in his house. He further said all of the empty Sprite bottles in the garage are from his rap videos and were used as props. This dude is a liar. He is a lie. When confronted with how long he's known Sierra and why she was coming to Las Vegas, Antonio became very nervous. Sweating now, huh? Antonio said he purchased her plane ticket because she was coming to Vegas to help him out. He admitted he would be putting a roof over Sierra's head, and helping her get a job as a dancer so she could help out by making money. Antonio denied offering to pay Sierra for her participation in music videos. As Antonio spoke, it became evident he has had more communication with Sierra than he was willing to admit. He a liar. He's a liar. Ew. Regarding Sierra's account of hearing Antonio yell at Desiree about not making enough money, Antonio does not deny this took place. He said he told Desiree Armani that he just spent $3,000 getting the rent situation. Yeah, right. We know you don't pay rent. Taken care of and had no money. He went on to explain that it is in her name. Oh, no, it's in her first. It's her first time dancing, and she needs to make more money doing it, and make more and make money when you go to work. It's hard surviving out here. Oh boy. Upon probing further and talking and telling Antonio that Sierra received a medical exam, Antonio eventually confessed to having anal sex with Sierra. Boy, there it is. He confessed when he found out. 'Cause you know why? Because they're gonna find your DNA. So now you gotta say you had sex. So the next thing I'm sure he's gonna say is it was consensual. But we have evidence showing, Your Honor, that she was passed out in the vehicle. And due to the lacerations all up about her hole, due to her vomiting, due to the pus coming out of her, it shows that she had a forceful entry. So he admits because they told him they took an exam. Okay. See, I keep losing my spot. When confronted with how long Sierra, hold up, where am I? Then he was willing to admit, regardless Sierra's account of hearing Antonio yell at, I read that. Upon probing further and telling Antonio that Sierra received a medical exam, Antonio eventually confessed to having anal with her. Antonio said that inside of his Escalade, he and Sierra ended up in the backseat where she gave him oral, and he then put his penis in her anus and had anal with her. Antonio said he ejaculated inside Sierra's anus. Antonio said he used no lubrication, didn't have to, just easily did it. See how disrespectful this nigga is? But she bleeding and pus coming out. She was mesmerized. He said she was mesmerized by him and cannot recall if there was any conversation that led to him receiving oral. He cannot. It says she was he's saying that she was mesmerized by him and cannot recall if there was any conversation that led to him receiving oral, or if there was any conversation about him putting his penis in her anus. He can't recall if they talked before then. Based on the questioning about how the oral and anal took place, it appears there may have been no conversation, as Antonio cannot recall how any of it took place and or what conversation would have taken place leading to the sex. Antonio again told us that Sierra consumed alcohol and appeared shocked to find out her blood alcohol test showed no alcohol in her system. Wow. He appeared shocked. When he found out, it wasn't no, he said that she was drinking, right? But when they did those tests, when they ran those tests, she didn't have any alcohol in her system, so they're saying he appeared shocked. Okay, told us that Sierra consumed alcohol and appeared shocked to find out her blood alcohol test showed no alcohol in her system. The only way the sex could have taken place without any conversation is if Sierra was blacked out, which Sierra says occurred at some point during the ride in Antonio's SUV. A digitally recorded interview was conducted with Nashadi by Detective Gatus. The interview took place in my department vehicle in the front of, okay. The following is a summary of the interview and is not verbatim. Okay, Nashadi is an admitted prostitute, and this was his girlfriend, he said. Nashadi is an admitted prostitute. She has been working as an escort prostitute for approximately 2 years and meets many of her clients online. Sound familiar? Nashadi recently moved in with Antonio approximately 3.5 weeks ago. Nashadi said she is unaware of any of the allegations involving Sierra, codeine, or syrup. Nashadi admitted to giving all of the money she makes during illegal acts of prostitution to TKO. And ain't that who he is? Gotta give him all your money. Okay, the scene in the Cadillac Escalade were processed. They checked that. Desiree returned home driving Antonio's Mercedes as police were leaving. Desiree admitted to being friends with Antonio and said she was a dancer at Little Darlings. She's still at that club, y'all. Or she was up until recently. She denied being yelled at by Antonio for not making enough money and continued to deny this even after. See, she a liar, yo. They're liars. They're liars. He said that he argued. He did admit to that. Remember? She's lying. Trying to cover for him, but lying. Alright, mouth dry. She denied being yelled at by Antonio for not making enough money, and continued to deny it this even after I told her. Even after I told her, Antonio admitted to yelling at her, and it was overheard by Sierra. Desiree was not interviewed as it was apparent she did not want to be bothered by police and was denying any knowledge of the allegations related to prostitution in Sierra. Based on the information received during the investigation, I decided, despite having a search warrant for the Mercedes, it was not necessary to search it since it did not appear Sierra was ever in the car, and it did not appear Antonio was ever in the car during the time Sierra was in Vegas. Okay. Lastly, well, I'm gonna make it lastly. Sierra's statement was corroborated in part by Antonio, and she was found to have physical findings with anal trauma during her SANE exam. Sierra reported blacking out in Antonio's SUV and believed she was assaulted. Somewhere between the time she blacked out at around 6 o'clock a.m. when she awoke to find herself in physical pain with anal bleeding and apparent swelling. Antonio admits to having oral and anal with Sierra. Okay? They put two and two together. He admitted to having anal and oral, and he admitted that he cannot recall a conversation leading up to head or to anal because she blacked out. So it's a puzzle. It fits. It can't acquit. It fits. Antonio admits to having oral and sex with Sierra in his SUV and ejaculating in her anus, but cannot recall how this sex occurred and any conversation that led up to it. He further displays via a video he posted on Facebook, Sierra apparently passed out or sleeping in his SUV, further corroborating Sierra's statement that she was passed out. I want to get to the charges now. Based on these facts, Antonio was charged with sexual assault. Antonio was additionally charged with accepting or receiving earnings of a prostitute due to his own admission that Sierra would be helping him out financially when he coordinated getting her a job as a dancer, and the fact he told Desiree she needs to make more money to pay bills, coupled with Nashadi's admission to being a prostitute and giving Antonio her proceeds. Furthermore, the actions of Nashadi going into the Fiesta Hotel in an unknown house for short periods of time were witnessed by Sierra, and the acts consistent with prostitution. That's it. We read all that now. It's all read. The man was accused of sexual assault, and this is why I'm so big on it's not right that him in Korea was glorifying the sexual assault. I wish I could find that part. I don't know if I can, but it's not right that they was glorifying. Oh, she said it should have been no big deal. It was just no big deal. She's she does not have any information. She's an uninformed, dizzy, dense woman. She don't even care to get the facts of who she's dealing with. She is condoning this. She and Armani, you condoning this. You are for this because you stayed with this man. You denied the truth even though they told you, both Sierra and TKO said they hollered at you. And I know she thought they was going to try to trip her up. But you're a liar. I'm learning so much, y'all, by watching ID channel. I learned so much. Sometimes it's better to be honest. All the time. It's always better to tell the truth. It's always better. Because the lying, it's only going to make it look worse for you. You try to lie, nigga, and say that the girl was paying rent and you was yelling at her because you got to pay the rent, and this story about rent. It's always something with you and rent. And I didn't read all that to bring hate. I just read it because, like I said, the man was recorded under women's dresses. That same man, Antonio Keller, who was accused of SA and prostitution, who was charged and served time. And they did give him a lesser charge. It was not that he didn't do it. They gave him a plea, and he took it. And that's why he don't have to register as an SA offender, because he took the lesser charge. He actually escaped getting longer time and having to be a registered SA. So he can lose it, leave it alone, don't lie, don't try to say, well, I was never convicted. As he told Pastor P, when Pastor P talked to him, he told Pastor P he was never convicted. I don't know if they got that. Let's talk. Let's hear it real quick, and I ain't listened to the whole thing. Let's just get into it. We just read it. It's fresh.
Circumstances, right? Would you agree? That got to be real. You don't.
No. No, it's times when disrespect is at a max. It's a lot of people that's gonna have the utmost respect, just like you do. You a businessman and you a boss. You got your own agency. As a boss, you should never go live cussing out your employer like you did Masterpiece. You should never get on live and display your feelings for the app about what you did for him, because as a businessman and a boss, you can never talk to a grown up like that. If you fired, you fired.
Bro, like, we're not gonna deflect on anything. Like, we're just talking straight to you.
We ain't deflecting. You said you got to be a man at all times, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be times where you not gonna be. You go get into your door deals. It's now, only so much disrespect right, somebody go goddamn.
All right, so we different. All right, cool. So all right, cool. Ain't no judge. You responded to it. We just different from that. I never do it with my mother. You would do it with your mother if she disrespect you. I get it. All right, cool. So now you said about the rape allegations, bro. The 18 stitches and shit like that. So now you saying I'm not a rapist, right? But then you say I'm a sex offender. So now let's get to that part. When have I ever registered as a sex offender when I don't got that charge?
Hold the fuck up. You read that shit. This is what I hate about this nigga. This is what I hate about this nigga right here. This is what I can't get in with and can't fly with. This is why I be on his tail. Because you sitting in front of... See, Pastor P at this point, he ain't read that big old clerk information. He trying to play those games. Oh, I wasn't convicted. See, Pastor P gonna end up kind of being reasonable with him because he wasn't convicted. It don't matter. You still did it. And you just took a lesser charge. But you still did it.
I just want to clear up some things.
You don't have to be a rapist to register as a sex offender.
You have to get a sexual charge to be a sex offender. And it's going to be record of it. My name is Antonio DeJuan Keller. It's going to be record of me being a sex offender, bro. You can't hide that.
This nigga, he know darn well he was supposed to get registered, but he took the lesser charge. He went to prison as a pimp, receiving the earnings of a prostitute. We just read the charges, though. He was guilty of what he did to Sierra. He did that, yo. He did that. And I don't give a damn who don't believe it. It is what it is. He did it. He did it. Oh, he's
in front of everybody.
Right.
I'm just asking you a direct question. Do you have proof that I'm a registered sex offender, bro? It's man to man. We don't gotta make up something.
No. I have proof that you did something heinous to that woman to where they contacted her parents and everything, according to what prison you at, when you come home and everything else that you have going. You went to trial because a lady accused you of raping her. A lady accused you of raping her and got 18 stitches in her ass, and your DNA was found inside her.
He's known for that infatuation with sodomizing women. He's known for that. He the one that's marching around every app he on, telling everybody he ain't gay, but he like it like he prefers it that in the back door. This is his MO. This is him. This is his ID. This is what he does. But he still did it. I don't care if he wasn't convicted. So what? You still did it. Don't change the reality.
That. Now let me rebuttal that. And one thing I can say that I appreciate for the first time that's honorable is you didn't lie and say I was a sex offender, and you didn't lie and say I was a rapist. But at the same time, you're still going off of what you heard, because guess what? That woman, Sierra Hoover, even if you brought her up here, never once in the full discovery is online. She never once said that I raped her. She never once said I did anything with her. What she said was she woke up and she didn't know what happened to her. But she never once said that I did.
You said it.
So that's
you said she agreed to give you oral. You said that you had anal with her and you don't recall the conversation that led up to it. You said it was easily accessible. You did not use lubrication. You said that out of your own mouth. You put yourself there, buddy. Loud mouth.
Another.
And that's why.
That's another lie.
That's true.
So
that's true. That is true.
So that's all I'm here for you. I'm here to.
That is true.
Go ahead.
That's true. Right. She said that on live. She said she don't know what happened. She didn't even know that she was fucked up till she took a shower. She don't know what happened. She said she was drugged and she don't remember nothing. And that's why.
Now watch this. I can gag the whole internet if everybody knew the truth of what really happened. I can gag the whole internet right now and have niggas really and I got factual proof. And so I just wanted to come to you because a lot of people listen to you, bro. Like you the voice of a lot of this shit. So when you say certain things like that, say I'm a rapist and a sexual offender, I'm just like, damn, but bro, I know you got some type of realness up in you to where you know that you just heard certain things from my enemies, from my ops. And I know we don't fuck with each other because I'm up under Brandon, but at the same time, like, that's some real shit. Like, you know, because you got some people who really go off of that shit and be like, that nigga's a rapist, this nigga's a sex offender, this nigga's boom, boom, boom. But
let me explain something to you, bro. Let me explain something real quick. When you came on the app, when you came on this app, I had no problem with you. And I told you I ain't gonna never say nothing to you that's gonna make you talk about Dude, because me and Dude wasn't cool. So I'm gonna leave him out of what me and you got going on, period. I fuck with people that's under keys. I don't fuck with Brandon and the people that's under keys that he can try to puppet master, that he can get on the panel and talk about me and do shit like that. Because when I was cool with you, nobody talked about you. And nobody do that. When Brandon starts slipping and sliding and getting you to say little shit and sitting on the panel while he talk about me, that's when I quit fucking with you, because now you doing the shit that you said you wasn't go do. And it's been plenty times. I can't say that one time I seen you go live and talk about me.
He knows that him and Brandon history, they don't like each other, and he knows that. That's why he purposely brought Brandon Keys up to deflect. He obviously knows that Pastor P didn't read that record. But Pastor P is very smart. He put a lot of it together without even having to go into the record. He knows it. Trust me. And he brought up Brandon Keys because he wanted to deflect, and he know that would get Pastor P in another direction, because he hates that man. So that's why he did it, to get his emotions into something else, to distract him before he really get woke up on, because he know what he did. He probably sorry about doing it, but that's what I'm saying. The dishonesty, that's your character. This fake false image you carrying, I see through that. I walk through that. You are a SA offender. But you took the plea, so they didn't give you the charge. So stop playing. They didn't convict you of that charge. But you still did it. It don't change the fact. You went up in there raw. You went up in there ramming in there when that girl was asleep. You did it.
On your own broadcast. Every receipt I got about you talking about me is you sitting with a nigga that really hate me the most, now put money on my head, and then talk about everything I do, talk about me beating bitches, talking about the bitches I fuck, and every bitch that had any allegation about me, he has backdoored, fucked them or tried to, did interviews on them, put fake domestic charges on me. I done beat up bitches. This man has been to jail for beating up his wife in real life with receipts and pictures. And this is a person that they sit with to talk about me, who might have been accused of macing a door handle. Because I keep it real. Y'all keep saying I maced my baby mama. No, nigga. No, I did not. I maced my baby mama's door handle on the inside door, and I put shit on her porch door, so when she opened the door, her hand would be in shit, And when she opened the other door with her regular hand, she could rub her face and burn the shit out of it.
But
I ain't
we
never
ain't
been
going
doing.
into that because I don't want to get off the facts. He did TKO. You're very much led by Satan. Satan is giving him so much insight into how to manipulate people, how to control them, how to control them, and he completely stirred Pastor P away from his SA charge and convictions. He stirred him completely off by bringing up the person that he knew would get his emotions and mind on something else. It's very smart. I don't think he's intelligent, but he's very manipulative. He's very smart and wise on how to manipulate. Kudos on that. But I'm not sticking with that no more. I'm gonna go ahead get into
In her
boss.
house. It
I
ain't
know
nothing that say I did no shit
boss
like
life
that.
and finish up the boss life in Paris interview. But as I was saying, that's the reason why I'm strong gun ho on that man should have been held accountable for secretly, creepily videotaping people without them knowing, looking up those waitresses' skirts, because there is something very psycho, sick about that. There's something very sick about it. Something very I can't name the right name. It's something very odd and very strange about him when it comes to doing things to women without their permission. It's something very he get I don't know if he gets turned on by he talks about liking to choke. All of that is hand in hand. He likes to take overpower people when they don't have control, and these are facts, as Pastor P would say. These are facts. So it was wrong for him to videotape. I ain't like to hear that the trial ended in his favor. I would like to see the Beagle clerk pull that to find out what really happened, how it happened. Now, if he escaped that again, he should walk the straight and narrow because he's getting through a lot of things. He's getting through a lot of things that he's crimes. He's sliding through. But let's get back to Boss Life. This is Boss Life's interview where we left off. Let's get
A
back.
different one of the issues, like the food thing. And then when she had went to supermarket, she's like, she doesn't cook or nothing, so she's buying certain things that I'm like, this is different. That there's been times where I've been in the room, um my room, and TK and Armani will order food at the random times of the night, and he'll come to me. Like once or twice he didn't come to me and ask me if I wanted anything, and he never asked me if what I wanted specifically. One time he came into my room, or two times he came into my room and said, "Do you want this? Like, I got extra food. I got enough food. Would you like this?" And I'm like, "Sure," because I'm freaking starving.
So
But
you're
it's like,
telling me he doesn't ask you what you want. He goes and buy, and whatever he has left over, he offers it
oh,
to you.
yes, like he would have been like, "Oh, I have this." Like if I'm a dog, and I'm just like, okay, like it's fresh food, like he hasn't ate it yet, but it's just a little extra, like it's extra, like he bought too many tacos or something. And then it's like, why aren't you asking me what do I want? Like, you don't have a problem asking Armani what she wants. Like, y'all, I've watched them get McDonald's.
And this does not make her jealous. She is noticing that she is being treated different than Armani. This is not jealous. TKO is going to tell y'all this is jealous. It's not. How you know I can eat that? How you know I'm not allergic? So if I'm allergic, I'm going to starve. But you asking the other person specifically and particularly, what do you want? What would you like? But when it comes to me, here's my leftovers. I got too much. You want this? When I gave you 30K, don't be deceived. She's not showing jealousy. She's showing, look, treat me as fair as you treating anybody else up in here.
And didn't ask me if I wanted anything. I am giving
God.
you, this is my money, sir. Like you
Just
can
like,
say
girl,
you can say you made the money on Bigo. You know what I mean? You can say you made the money on Bigo, but at the end of the day, I gave you my money. You should not be not
He
providing me
don't
with
care. The
what
same
I
lie
need.
told the
That is rude.
investigators. He told those investigators some lie about the money he was hollering at Armani about. He told them it was over rent. This man don't care. He's a liar. You got a conscience. He don't. Y'all gotta stop that. And I hope she gets that. You see what he shoulda, coulda did. That's what you see. That's not how he see. Stop trying to think for somebody else. That's who he is. Except this man is who he is. And he does not care. And he ain't trying to do none of that. He's not respecting you. You can't make nobody respect you by telling them you being disrespected. They don't care. They don't care about your money you gave him. Look how he treated all the women before you. Stop thinking you different. You not. You're not.
And I don't accept it. And she accepted that. Remember, she asked for chips on live. She made that normal. Him not allowing people to eat.
No, you can't blame her. No.
You're breaking my
I'm
heart.
telling y'all.
This is a lot. This is very sad. So it was the glitz and glam that got you there. But now you're there and ain't no glitz and glam.
Yeah, like it was definitely like, oh, I thought he was cool. Like it was glittery. He was really nice with Korea, taking Korea out, blah, blah, blah. But I guess the script flipped,
No, she
he
ain't
was
gonna say
getting
that. You
treated
guess
better,
what?
for
That's
2
what
years.
I'm saying. You guess what? I guess he didn't like me like that. I guess he wasn't feeling me like that. That's what you really know. That's what you really know. It ain't about nothing else. And that's the part she keeps blurring the lines. No, it is what it is. You gonna move on if you speak the truth to yourself, not the lies.
Years she been stuck, not having her man because Korea was there. And now it's like I'm in her position, by myself in the room, like being treated bad while she's getting treated like gold. It's kind of like I felt like I was being her for a minute. And I was just like, what the heck?
Now that's
And that was okay because
an interesting way to say it.
Never okay.
Interesting.
So I'm like, it was okay for me because I don't chase men. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm like, well, I paid to be in this house. I need somewhere to live. It got to a point where I had told P&D, these are messages she knows. I'm like, I'm just gonna save up my money and I'm finna leave when I have enough money to go. But I don't have no money with me right now, so I'm not gonna argue with it. With them.
He was using you to give Armani confidence. He was using you to give Armani confidence. Putting you down, making you feel like you wasn't important to him, was making Armani feel important. Don't let niggas do that to you. Don't let nobody use you to make somebody else feel better about themselves. And that's exactly what they describing. That's what he do.
Gonna keep it quiet so I could have my money to get out of here. Because what would it benefit for me to be on the street? You know what I mean?
So
in Vegas with no way to. This is when I didn't have a job. So this is me in Vegas with no flight money or nothing. I was already telling P&D
you've
this.
been wanting to leave. Have you ever made an attempt to leave? Talk to me about the Trina B incident.
Yeah. So during the photo shoot time, Trina and P&D went to a photo shoot with me, and we were all at the photo shoot. He was a little bit angry at the photo shoot, blah 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 blah. She wasn't happy. It was just odd, So then we got back to the house and TKO was like, oh, like maybe you can like cook for the girls. He got two Four Locos, like maybe you can make something so everybody could eat. So you guys can, chill out, like we could have a fun time by the pool. That's what it was. But his car had gotten a flat tire, right? His car always gets a flat tire. I feel like he'd be popping the shit by himself. So his car had gotten a flat tire during the time, and he had to get it towed, or he got it towed back to his house. No, he parked it, and then we did the photo shoot. So he's trying to ask. He told me, like, he knew his car was already popped. This happened hours ago, right? So we're in the car. He's having Armani call tow trucks, blah blah blah, to help the car. And this is at the time that he's in the gas station getting Four Locos. So he knew his car was messed up, but he still said, "Let's go have a good time," right? So then
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I'm there, and he's like telling Trina B like, "Oh, we're finna leave, blah blah blah," like, all over her, touching on Trina B, this and that. So then he basically was like, "Oh, boss, like, if you don't like, we're not doing nothing no more," type of thing. And I'm like upset because I'm like, you just said we're about to turn up, like we just finished this whole thing, like
Word.
I was supposed to cook for them, like I just had gotten this food out, and he like, no. I was like, what? Like that's not right. So he was like, let me talk to you upstairs, type
What?
of thing. So we go
Pause.
upstairs
Because
into
this is
his
the
room,
part
and
where this is where Brandon Keys and Trina B comes in, and people are trying to say that this girl changing her story up. How did they this argument and fight where he actually started putting his hands on her? How did this occur? So they was planning on going out. They was planning on going out, having some fun, but then he started filling up on Trina B. So now he sounds like he wants to switch it up and he want to go have sleep with her, Trina B. Go do his due deals with Trina B. So he switched the plans like he does. He's not persistent. He's not consistent. He's not sticking to plans. Just like they wait hours before they go work out. He makes them wait before they eat. He's just inconsiderate and selfish, self-centered. So now, Boss Life at 23 years old, she wants to have fun. She been bored the whole time she's there in the house, locked up in the house. She want to go to the bar. She want to go to the club. She wants to dance and drink and have fun. She ready to go out. They just have the photo shoot. All of a sudden, his whole attitude towards her changed because now he shifted it over to Trina B. Filling up on her, touching up on her. He says, no, we're not going out. She said, we not? Why? As a normal person would. Let me talk to you upstairs. Let's finish.
this is when he starts trying to be rude to me and yell at me, like, ruffle me up, and he put his hands on me. I
So
said, no, no, no,
okay,
I'm
so
leaving.
explain. Okay, so explain to us what put his hands on me means.
So I'm pretty sure he like tried to like put me in a chokehold type of thing, like ruffle me up. Like we ended up on the floor. When I
Just say
started
what it
getting loud
is.
and telling
Just
these
say what it
people,
is. It's a simple question. What is putting his hands on you? Just say what it is. Stop protecting this man. That's my problem with them. Say what it is. He choked you, pushed you. It's not a hard. You don't gotta go through all these different explanations, girl. Say what happened. This is how people keep questioning your story. You still trying to cover for somebody. You gotta decide to stop covering for somebody. You gotta make that choice right now. That's how I felt when she was saying this.
like we're on, like, no, because this is when I was like, oh no, I already know how he is, because this is probably the second time that we got into an argument. And now I'm like, no, like the P and D's here, Trina B's here. I said, no, I want everybody to see this for themselves. This is when I started getting loud. I want them to see this for themselves, because I know him and Armani alone, he can do whatever he wants to me. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be like, oh, it's quiet. I started getting scared because I'm starting to see how really crazy he is. He's on another level. He's kind of like crazy. So
Mm.
paranormal. He's a little bit out there, yes. So I'm like, no, no, no. Like, so I started yelling. I was like, now everybody can see how you really are. Like, now everybody can see how you really are. And P and D and them are downstairs, and they're pretty much like, what's happening or whatever's going
That
on.
means he hit her a lot
So
of
I
times.
was like, nope, I'm leaving. I was like, y'all see this? He's over here hitting me, putting me on the floor, because they could hear it from the bottom. We on the floor, we tussling, so they can hear it. You know what I mean? Armani's like, stop, stop, stop. And that's when I told Armani, like, I don't even like you. Because this is like when I first moved in, after all this stuff is happening, we're going in a flow right now. So this is like after like her not welcoming me in, the Walmart thing, just the whole vibe thing. So I'm like, I don't even like you. That's when I told her, I don't even like you. Like, what, you're telling him to stop, but you don't really care. You know how he is, type of thing. You know how he is. If you wanted him to stop, you wouldn't have been having an attitude at the photo shoot the whole time. You would have been trying to have fun with me, P and D, and Trina B, because we're all in a good mood. Even when we came inside to go drink this Four Loco and blah blah blah, you still
So
went
this is how
upstairs
she
into your
felt.
room.
So she picking up that Armani, TKO must have been giving Boss Life attention. We watched the photo shoot. I watched it. She was doing good poses. Boss Life was, her energy was nice for the photo shoot. Her poses was unique. She was doing her own little poses. They looked nice. She looked nice. Her energy was there. TKO was focused. So he was into her energy. He was giving her props and giving her attention. Armani looked upset, miserable, mad, jealous, wanted attention, crying, pouting. So now TKO has to shift his energy because he noticing that Armani is upset. Now he's got to shift his energy over to her, try to make her feel good by putting down Boss Life. So her energy was all over the place because of Armani's energy being over the place. TKO shifts energies to make her feel good, make Armani feel good. So now that she's coming in the room saying stop, 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 Boss Life is like, look, you the reason this is happening because you have an attitude all the time. You the reason that I was in a good mood. You had a bad attitude. You done what they say, transcended. Your negative energy now is the result of us arguing. Everybody all uncomfortable. So I don't like you either. I get why she's saying it. I get how it happened because you got a person that he uses one girl to make this girl feel like something when her ass has her own job to make herself feel some type of way. It's your job to make yourself feel good. Nobody else's. Sitting around there being a lark on the wall with negative and bad energy, making everybody feel unwelcome and uncomfortable. If you bitter, go home. Go to your mama. But you sitting up in a poly relationship. You was around when Sierra got raped. And you still sitting there unhappy. Girl, move. I would have said it too, girl. Honestly, I would have said it too. Right or wrong or indifferent. I would have said it too. Don't come help me. You want this. This is what you want. You want to now join the energy now. You see now how you had a bad attitude at the whole Photoshop. Now all of a sudden you want to jump in. You trying to come jump in because you want to try and make it look like you saving me. No, I get what Boss Life is saying. I understand what she's saying.
To be by yourself, prop. I don't really remember exactly, but you know what I mean? Just like you wouldn't be in a bad mood. He wouldn't be in a bad mood. And you wouldn't be in a bad mood. Why are you in a bad mood?
Are you saying that the fact that she's moody, he becomes moody?
Yes. Like he really wants her to be around. Like he makes the excuse like, oh, she's not around people because this, and that. But people wouldn't want to be in poly if she wasn't there.
All right, so
and no, she was not pregnant at this time. So this is the beginning. This is at the photo shoot. So then,
okay, so let's get back on the floor. So let's get back on the fight. So hold on, let's get back on the fight. So did he hit you? You said he put you in a headlock, took you down to the floor, and now y'all tussling on the floor. Did he hit you that night? Did he
Yes, we were fighting. Yes, he hit me and I hit him.
Did he slap you or did he punch you?
He had choked me, slapped me, threw me on the floor. We were on the floor. We were fighting.
And you're saying P&D was there to witness this, and the real Trina B, y'all, the real Trina B.
Yes, the woman.
Okay. So who breaks up the fight?
So nobody breaks up the fight. I ended up getting out the room. So, this is my phone too. He had taken my phone because I was going to call the police. I was going to call the police. I'm like, no, you keep hitting on me like everybody's here. Now I have witnesses.
They keep Royce, the daughter of Empress, keeps asking why you didn't call the police. Why you didn't call the police. He took her phone. Don't ask that no more. He took her phone. It ain't no excuse for that nigga. He took her phone, so she can't call the police. That's why this nigga was threatening that he's going to kill himself. Because he didn't want you calling the police and blowing his spot up. That's why. He don't care nothing about you. Don't ask that no more. He took her phone. That's why she said she was going to call. And I believe her, too.
Yes, I have witnesses. So I was like, no, I'm calling. Like, I'm all set. Because if you with a man like that and you try to call the police on another time by yourself when you're with him, who knows if he can really beat you to shut you up, you know? So now I'm all forced. My mouth is loud because I have witnesses. So then he had taken my phone. I'm like, no, get my phone. You have my phone. Like, I'm screaming out everything he's doing.
Trina heard that.
So I ended up getting out the room. I don't know how I got out the room. He must have just been like, here. I don't know if I know P&D was more into it, but I don't know if she had gotten up and she was the one who came upstairs. I don't remember that part. But then I went downstairs. I packed all my stuff. That's when he was like, no, stay. And I'm like, no, like, this is in front of everybody. I was like, this is my big break. I was trying to get out of there because I'm like, I can't deal with this. It's not what I deserve. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Like, I was still awake. You know, he still didn't take my whole brain. I was still there. So I was like, this is not what I was going to be. Like, I'm out of here. I packed my things up. And then, I took my stuff downstairs. I'm like, Trina B, please help me. I told him, give me money too. I was like, he's going to give me money. Trina B, I'll give you $100 because I was tired to tell him to give me money so I can catch a flight. I'll give you $100. Trina B has a nice truck. I put everything in her truck. He wasn't trying to let me go because he was trying to get his tire together first because he had a spare tire at his house. So he was trying to get his tire first on his car. And I was like, no, I need to leave. Like, you could figure out your tire at another time. Like, you know, I'm trying to get out of here. So
okay, so you put your bags in Trina B's car. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to put myself in Trina B's car. His car was at one of the taco shops, so we had to stop at the taco shop. That was where it was.
Hold on for 1 second. Everyone that wants to turn off the gift sound, go down.
And let me say this: if she would have left at that time, she wouldn't have had no DUI. She would not have been arrested. Her record would have been good. I'm just saying. She would have escaped all that unnecessary messing up her record if she would have left. She gave Trina B $100. He's like, no, don't leave. And it's not no, don't leave because I love you. They don't give a fuck about you. It's no, don't leave because I know you're going to call the cops. I know you're going to get me arrested. And there's witnesses. They going to question these. He been around the block. He been questioned before. We just read it. There's witnesses. They going to question them and they're going to tell. They're going to find out that he was beating her up. So he was trying to stop her from going so she wouldn't call the police and have him charged and arrested.
3 lines. If you hit the Vegas 3 lines, play with that. Go in there and find gift and then hit your gift settings and then turn off your gifting sound. So go down in the 3 lines, find gift settings, and then turn off your gifting sound. And you guys can, if you got it, say thanks or 1. Okay, go ahead.
So that's when Trina B got in the car. She was gonna help him as well. So we had to go to where his car was, and that was at the taco shop, the El Gordo taco shop. And we got into. I was gonna.
Excuse me. It's not the man Trina B from the app. It's the real Trina B. There's a young lady that's on the app that did poly auditions. I think her name is the real Trina B, not the man. It's a young lady. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. So, she helped us. She put all the stuff in the car. We put all the stuff in the car. You know, he was still trying to be nice, trying to help me. And I'm just like, no, leave me alone type of thing. I just I don't want him moving my mind frame from where it's at, because it took me a long time to get in the mind frame of leaving a bad man. You know what I mean? So I was just like, no, leave me alone. No, I don't want to be with you. So then we got in the car. When we went to the taco shop, I was with P&D. So I was going to go to P&D's Airbnb and then catch a flight or, figure it out from there at the moment. So I was staying in her car. He was figuring out his thing, and pretty much he was like, just stay with him. Just stay with him.
So telling you to stay with him, P&D?
Yeah, so it took that long. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. He already gave me $4,000.
So
girl. We out of here.
What month was this? What month was this when you packed your bags, put all your bags in Trina B car, and you went to the Airbnb?
It was during the photo shoot month. I don't know what month that was.
Okay. Kayang, will you stop coming for me? I'm gonna kick you out my room, and you ain't gonna be able to see the interview. You're gonna have to go on the window. Go ahead, Boss Life.
So that's when that happened. And this is before August though. I know this is before Armani's birthday. So this might have still been in July. Um, and she had told me to stay, blah blah blah. She was trying to be like the mediator between us both. And I was just like, I let peer pressure get the best of me in that moment. And I was just like, all right, fine. So we ended up staying. I was like, I'm hungry or whatever. Um, so I ordered food. Me and Trina B ordered food and we ate something. And I was talking to him. Like I was just, no. So we had ordered food, and when we had ordered food, I still wasn't talking to him. He was still there because he was waiting for his car stuff. But I was also had to wait for Trina B to drive her car and drive me and P and D back to P and D's Airbnb. So we were all just there, all four of us. Which I probably should have just got an Uber and left them together, but I didn't. I was waiting for Trina B, and then I had ordered food. Trina B ordered food, and during that time we ended up like making up or whatever it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So Trina B and P and D hear you screaming all over the floor. You're tossed. I mean, you guys are going at it. She allows you to put your bags in her car. So when you get in the car, so it's you, Trina B, and P and D. After you leave the fight, what's the conversation like in the car? Are you crying? Like, tell us what's taking place inside the truck while you guys are taking that ride.
Nothing. Everybody's quiet. I'm telling him, give me my money. Send me my money right now. Like I want my money back. And I said I want 4,000 because I told you I already gave him 25,000. So he already had some money. So he sent me the $4,000, and then when we ended up, that was it. That was the car ride.
So he sent you $4,000?
Yes. So I could leave, but I was leaving. Remember, this is $4,000 so I could take a flight and leave Vegas, because pretty much I'm like, I'm gonna expose you. Like I'm telling everybody what happened on Bigo. Like there's witnesses type of thing, and he has sent me the money. So I should have left, but PND.
So you threatened him with the police and with Bigo, and he gave you $4,000.
Yeah. But now he don't believe me no more because he
stop laughing.
He's like, oh, I already got her to give it up once.
All right, so now you're telling us you're having a conversation. So you make it to, after you guys get food, you make it to P&D's Airbnb. Now, explain to us about this conversation again.
No, so I never made it to P&D's Airbnb because like they convinced me to stay. So my stuff ended up going back to TKO's house. I ended up going back to his house. Gave Trina B $100 for nothing.
She should have gave it back.
Sent back the $3,900.
Oh God.
And back at his house, P&D slept over. And he slept in the bed with P&D and I.
Okay.
So it was just a hot mess. Like I should have left that time. And then the second time I was gonna leave him was when I was in Boston. I went back to Boston to get the money, remember, for his video. And then I didn't like how he talked to me because he said I said something about Korea, and I didn't like how he talked to me. And I was like, I'm just gonna stay back in Boston because I need to take care of myself. That was the big thing. Like I was like, no, I'm gonna get my Benz. I'm gonna boss up. Like fuck this shit. And then I ended up going back to him, but. Okay. I think he was mad about he was basically still sticking up for Korea because Korea never threatened to call cops. Korea never tried to leave him. So I think he still thinks Korea is more loyal. But
I don't put up with that
behavior. That's the thing. I would have put up with his behavior when I was younger, but I've grown out of that behavior. You know, that little girl thing, whatever these women that are grown as heck are accepting. I'm not accepting that. Exactly. You're not gonna down talk me in front of nobody. You're not gonna little girl me and say, let's go to the side and talk about this. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing that I was not accepting. Why are you telling me let's go to the side and speak about this? No, we don't need to go to the side and speak about this.
So reset for a second. So y'all, at this point, let's get her to 10K. We're pretty much good. I think Kimbella said she even sent you a Cashapp. So the whole
little girl type of time, but you know, I hold a lot more responsibility Then
And the
he
ladies that
thought
went through, and there's a lot of ladies that went through this before as well. Thank you, ladies. You're doing this for all of them, boss life. Okay. It's a lot of ladies that got a similar story. You can slow him down.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Come on, y'all, get her to 10K because
Is
she's ready to tell her
she gonna do
story.
it though?
You call boss life out there in the car?
freeze.
Uh
Okay.
oh.
It's
What do
okay.
you want
I'm
to
on
do? You
the,
want to
you
do
know,
a
I can't put keys in the car. I have a DUI, so I cannot put keys in the car.
See, that
Yeah,
shit
we
ain't
can't let
funny,
you do
girl.
that.
Stop
What you want to
laughing.
do? You want to do
That's
a
my
part two
problem with her.
tomorrow?
Nobody gonna take you serious, little girl. Stop laughing at that. That's not cute. Having a DUI, that's not funny. Get mad. Talking about you don't want to be vindictive and Korea like to play on dark girls, black girls time. Y'all don't catch her. I catch her. That's so negative. What you trying to say? We negative? Yeah, but we ain't going through what you going through though. Negative and all. We ain't having to deal with what you're dealing with. We would have left him alone. He'd have been calling our phone though. He would have been on our tail trying to get us back. But he don't do that to you because you ain't got it, girl. Talking about we negative. No, boss life laughing and she keying and joking and keying. People don't take her serious. Just like TKO in Korea sat on live yesterday and said that pepper mill thing, recording women without them knowing their legs up their skirts. Korea and TKO said that was nothing. He should have never got in trouble for it in the first place. That's the same thing he gonna say to you. Cause you laughing and you keying and you joking over somebody playing with your criminal history, your record. And now look what you can do. Drive. And it's funny. And these people in the comments taking you as a joke. I wouldn't have done it. I would have operated in my vindictive nature. And I would have did everything I can to make that nigga feel every ounce of it. And Armani. All of them would have felt it. Even Korea. All of them. Every last one of them would have felt what I was bringing. Talking about witness intimidation? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Your Honor. I did tell him on the phone because he was having thousands and thousands of people harass me, call me a liar, shame me. So I thought that I had to tell him, I will tell the cops you didn't do it. And I didn't tell, I would recount my story on the premises that these people harassed me and made light of my situation. TKO let it. He let it. He went live when he got out of jail and he told them a story and they harassed me. So yes, on the phone, I was scared. You play with me. Witness intimidation, Your Honor.
I don't want you cold, but I want you to get some rest, and I don't want you cold.
Yeah, we could do that. That's cool. Part two.
Yeah. So sorry, ladies. Just to be fair, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was cold. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna stay. I don't mind this. This is fine. I'm not like too cold. It's okay. We can continue talking. I want everybody to be happy. Like I want to continue this story. If
Okay.
I can just hop in an Uber and go somewhere at this point.
Let me know, and we can send the Uber over, or I could just send you the Uber money. You just tell me what's your safe word, okay? And we'll
So
get you
I'm
out
fine.
there.
It's fine. I'm in the car. It's fine.
Okay.
You know, it's okay. I'll be very warm when I get inside, and I'll very much appreciate the heat.
They want to know what's your cash up, please. Let me tell you, it's her cash up is dollar. Well, her CA is LUV. I know it by heart. That's sad. LUVMYLYFEE.
Yeah.
So LUV.
No, two E's.
Girl, just
Two
tell
E's.
her.
You're gonna. It's literally spelled just like that.
Yeah.
LUVMYLYFEE, and you're
Love
gonna see
my
a
life.
coffee cup. And my name is GRL.
Yep, it's GRL, like girl for short, shorthand girl. So LUVMYLYFEE. Love my life. Okay, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Okay, because if she gets cold, she's gonna have to take an Uber to a warmer place. All right, so everyone is gonna want me to ask this, boss life. So get ready. So
Okay.
you just told us that night when you got back to the house, he crawled in the bed with you and P and D. Let's talk
So me
about it,
and P
Mama.
were there or whatever, and he was being nice. You know, he was very happy that I had stayed or something. I don't know what he was happy for.
You
Like,
know what
I
he was
guess he
saying? He didn't
really
want you to
liked
go
me
to
at that
cops.
time because he really wanted me to stay. Like, he was not on no like fuck you, leave. Like that's why when y'all are saying like he got me out the house on purpose, like he did that on purpose so I could get the house out the house. That's why I'm confused about it because I'm like I wasn't like like he was really telling me to stay.
Jesus, look, stop
He was
But
getting.
telling
let
me
me
to
ask
Let
stay.
me
you.
say this, because this is not just her. This is a bunch of women. Stop getting out of touch with your reality right now, girl. Please stay in tune with reality. He was and I hope this is old. I can't even talk to her live because this is old, couple days old. He wanted her to stay so she would not call the cops. There was witnesses around, and he might have thought whatever he thought. He thought maybe they weren't going to tell him. They was going to keep the story right for him. But those DA, whoever the interviewers know, the police know how to get the truth. They're going to ask the questions. They're going to break you down. And he know that. He feared going back to prison. So, of course, he going to butter you up. Of course, he wants you to stay. But it's not because he love you. Because if he love you, you would know. It's no mystery. It's no, and people don't have to try hard. When they love you, they show it, period. Right away. It doesn't take them beating you up for that's not love. Cause so that's what it was. He wanted her to stay so she wouldn't go to the police.
The first
Question.
time.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel? I want you to think about this. Remember when you threatened him? You're going to call the police. You're going to tell Bigo he gave you that $4,000. Now, what if he was just softening you up because he knew he had just hit you in front of PND and Trina? He slammed you down and put you in a headlock.
Yeah, so he didn't
At
want me
that
to say
time,
anything.
right? You
Give
had
it
a
to
lot of power at
a
that time, Mama.
And also, let's remember that when I was at the door leaving with all my stuff, Armani was like, "So you really don't like me?" And I was like, "No."
He told
Like
her
I
to.
don't like
He
Really,
told her to
like she
go
asked
try
me
to
and I
get
was
her to
like,
stay,
"No."
Armani. She gonna go to the cops. Get her to stay, Armani. Go tell her. You know, Armani don't like her. He told her to. I need her to wake up. I need her to snap together. Get her mind right. Don't let people trick and play with your emotions. Don't let them masturbate your emotions. Girl, get your mind right. He told her to. She don't like you. She wanted you gone. He told her to try to keep you there. Because now he going to look at Armani like he likes to play with all of your emotions against each other. Now he's going to go to Armani because he know Armani really is the one that set you off, set the whole night off. He know that. Take your power back. Get that nigga arrested.
really.
Stop playing with yourself.
Yeah, I was like, "No, I don't like." I just don't know. Like, you cannot be that old to me and not know basic things.
Don't
Like,
worry
you
about her.
have to at least one time in your mind, like you know how to see. This
You
is
too
where I
busy
started
worrying
getting
about
crazy, and I'm
another
just to be
woman,
quiet because
bitch. Worry
everybody think
about
I'm kind of crazy.
yourself.
Okay, so
Sorry.
stay calm, because we can
Yeah.
we can definitely have.
She too busy worried about her money. She needs to worry about herself. She needs to be concerned about her own thinking because her thinking ain't together. She laughing and joking and keying and playing and all this smiling ear to ear. Niggas knocking you upside your head, choking you out, kicking you, throwing your phone, stealing your money because they don't like you while you sitting here smiling like you got something wrong with your head, like you autistic. What's going on? What's really good? It ain't nothing funny. What's funny?
Have a conversation about her on a separate, because I notice when you talk about her, you get very antsy. And I know it goes all the way back to when you gave them 25K, she was able to buy food, clothes, houseware, shampoo, and lotion with your money, and she didn't welcome you in her home. And you basically helped her get a house and she treated you like crap. So that's where, so you guys are clear. This is where her energy for Armani started at.
Yeah,
Okay, you
so
guys.
basically
So these two separate
I told
things.
him, yeah. I told him to tell her to come back. Like I told him to tell her to come back, and obviously the house is already filled. So this is where bad energy with Armani started. Like I was never at the point of jealousy of Armani when I like met her or eager towards her. This all
Okay, hold on
started
for a second
after
with these
I
gifts
really
for a
No, let
second.
her
Hold
go,
on.
and she ain't
Everyone, if
saying
you
lied.
want to turn off these
go ahead and
gifts,
fast
hit the
forward.
I think you mean like you want me to cancel TKO, and I feel like we need to cancel TKO. He played with
okay
me.
and cancel him how?
Cancel him by we need to get him off of this app.
She
Like
don't want to
he
get him
don't need to
arrested.
be
She's
on
still
no other
smiling.
app. He needs like I don't know. It's just like I just feel like not cancel him, but I feel like it's a very important time for us to make sure that people don't go through this. Like he even has another girl coming to his home,
You worrying about who
and
coming to
how do
his
we know
home,
she's not
girl?
just there to help and give
Oh
money
my
and blah blah
God.
blah. Like there's
Well,
no
boss
real
like this is the thing. The only way you can know that he's not going to hurt another girl, TKO needs to be held accountable. TKO needs a little vacation in the big house in this pen, baby. Based on your story and the things that he's done to
Nigga
you,
laughing.
he needs to go take a little vacation. Do you know what I mean when I say vacation?
I know what you mean by
You're
that little
pig.
vacation. Okay, the little
Okay, and
vacation.
that's the
This is
only way
why
you're
I've
gonna
been.
save the girls.
That's
That's
why
the
he took her.
only
She a
way
little
you're gonna
kid.
save the girls, boss life, is by telling your story in detail, not just to Bigo,
Play with you because you laughing and joking. That's
but
why he play with you. He play with your money. He gonna play with you again too. He ain't done with her. He gonna come back to her for some more money. He gonna wait till this blow over a little bit. Wait till the emotional state calms down and our attention is on somewhere else. And he's coming back. He gonna be texting her again, cause she playing, cause she joking, cause she think it's funny. He know he still got her. Y'all let these men know that they got you. That's rude. That's a no. That's rule number one. Don't let them know they got you. Especially when he controlling, giving him $30,000 and then 5,000 more. Then you gave him back the 3,900 back. He gave you four, you said, and you gave it back. He know you gonna give him anything he want. He's still gonna ask for more money. That nigga ain't done with you, and it's nothing nobody can do but you. Everybody got better intentions for her, but she don't got them for herself because she's still joking and she's still laughing. Let's hope after this interview in her day to day that she gets stronger and her eyes open up. Other than that, she ain't done with him. A
to
done
that
person don't.
DA, he has a court case coming up.
Nah, don't do that.
So
Mm-mm.
I mostly will say I definitely want my revenge from TKO. I need something in this order. I need some type of justice. I don't believe it's fair that I'm receiving all this backlash from this.
Witness
He
intimidation.
hasn't put no money in my pocket. He
Mm-hmm.
hasn't done anything but bash my name over and over and over. When I have
Defamation.
all these stories and all these proof, he don't have a story. The only story TKO is telling is the story that um the only story he's telling is that I drove his car. That's the only story he's telling. There's nothing else I did to him. He has done all this to me. So he has a video, he has a recording of my voice saying that he never did anything or blah 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 blah. And he's not
And
supposed
Your
to
Honor,
record
I did say it
voices.
on
It's
the
illegal.
recording, Your Honor, because that nigga because he came right from jail and he started accusing me of lying in front of thousands and thousands of people who watch on live and then they are watching playbacks. So that's 10,000 more people that's bashing me, harassing me, and scaring me to not tell the truth. So I did say it. But the truth is, there are witnesses, Your Honor. Trina B, Pretty Next Door, they witnesses, and if you call them and you have them interrogated, you're gonna find that they was hearing what was happening. Armani, yeah, the same one that when he was accused of sexual assault, 2014, the same one that lied in the room for him. She was there too. Honey, I don't care about no tape. That man got a history. That man got record of breaking the law, a criminal record. So his word don't mean nothing. That recorder, all it looks like to the law is that he intimidated you. That's all it looks like. He shouldn't even be in contact with you. He shouldn't. So that's all it looks like to a victim versus the one that's the perpetrator. He looks like he was harassing and intimidating you. That's what it looks like. So it ain't nothing to fear, honey. It ain't no shame. It ain't no fear. You got this.
So even though he did put his hands on me, he thinks that that's gonna save him, even if I do report the story or they ask me to be a witness.
Let's talk about that night. Let me take everyone to that night. Tell us about that night from when it started when he was on live.
From that night we were drinking. Oh my god, that was crazy. That night was crazy. Like, this is where it's like, this is where it gets weird, because I would know I wasn't in my right mind. Like, this is where the problems become harder, because this is where I was at a more vulnerable state. You know, I was
She don't
probably in a
remember.
child
All
state
right,
of
I'm
mind.
not going through all this. Let's
And
go to Trina B. Can't with you, boss life. You gotta let your yes be yes and your no be no. Stop the rambling. This is how they gonna get you every time. Stop running your lips, beating your jaws. Stop the talking. This is how they able to come in and use your words against you, because you talk too much. It ain't all that talking. You don't gotta take. It's just I was up and down. I was in and out. I was drunk. Yeah. I was drunk, so I don't see everything clear. But what I do see is she gonna get into Lotus. She can't even really go to Lotus, because earlier that night on live, I heard Lotus say to her on live, we was just kissing. So you was also involved. Let's not even go there. That's not important to me. I want to go to Trina B's. Oh, I'm loud. I want to go to Trina B's interview real quick. Keys called her up. I thought I had the video. Where the video at? Okay, I got it. So I'm gonna go here real quick. It's too long, but let's hear what Trina has to say. We done heard Drama Sonoff's interview with her. We heard Empress Paris interview. And now we heard hearing Trina B. Remember, Boss Life was talking first. Boss Life told y'all everybody was downstairs except Armani. She was in her room. TKO told her to go upstairs because he was feeling on Trina B. He wanted probably had sex with Trina. I mean, if you're feeling on somebody and all of a sudden y'all not going nowhere, that's because now he want to go play and find Trina B. Y'all give him too much access. Why y'all giving him all this access? Why he can choose who he want to sleep with and throw away when he want? Why he got that choice? Why y'all so optional with him? Why don't somebody stop this? Why y'all sitting there taking that? It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. He can choose which one he want to turn on and turn off, just like he turned Boss Life on and then turned her off. She had an issue with that. Fine. He go upstairs. He chokes her up. He hits her because she's screaming. Now she getting on his nerves, and he beating on her like she is a dude, slapping her around. Why is there an option? He shouldn't even have a Trina B, Armani. He shouldn't even have a Korea. He shouldn't even have a Boss Life. It shouldn't even be that. That man getting too much. He got too much options. Y'all give him so many choices. All right, so this is Trina B. Keys wanted to try to come to the defense of his host. TKO is his host in his agency. So Keys want to protect his interests. Remember, y'all just heard Pastor P say that Keys is the same one who was beating on his wife. So he ain't even a liable witness. This man can't even say anything to the law. He can talk to y'all on Bigo. He can get to y'all heads, but you don't mean shit to the law. It's all about the history of that person when they get interrogated and in that room with the detective and the police officer. That's what it's about. That's why it's important to get police go get a police report, because now it becomes documented. I don't care if 10,000 people say you're a liar. It's about what the laws say. And it goes by that man's character to the judicial system. Period. And I thought he had some on his record. TKO had some on his record where he was beating up Armani. I thought there was a police call she made where he was actually, she called the cops because he was hitting on her. They know how he is. That's why they locked him up. The police locked him up. They wanted to lock him up. They is thirsty. They wanted him. They wanted his ass. He just got off of probation, and here he has contact with the law. They know this man. So they wanted him. She didn't have to say he did it. They wanted him. And they still do. They waiting for that nigga to make one mistake because they watching him and they know that he's pimping Polly. They know that he's doing this to these women. That's his record. That's who he is. That's his ID. That is his MO. He had 7 girls in the house on record before in 2014. And they still see that he still keeps a bunch of women around. And just when Boss Life was just him and Boss Life was in jail, it's documented that there was multiple women there. Lotus was there. He keeps women around. They know he's still doing it. They just waiting for him to slip up. That's all it's gonna take. So it's Trina B.
And it was like stuff like that. And he kept on was like, no, don't leave. And it was like stuff like that. But honestly, I can't see the fact that he hit her because of how they was arguing in there. I couldn't see that.
You can't see
how it was going on
because he was down. You was downstairs, so you can't see. Are you a psychic? Do you have extrasensory vision? Can you see through walls? You look like an alien, sound like an alien, or are you an alien? How do you see through the walls? So already Trina B is getting on my nerves. She's already biased. Because remember, he was feeling on her, and he changed his mind about going out and having fun after he started filling up on her. So she likes him. She's stuck in a sauce with him, just like the rest of them. Her word means nothing. She's a casualty. She ain't nobody that her word means nothing.
But then again, I wasn't in that.
Okay, so but you hear and go back and forth. So do you believe in your heart of hearts? Was it a battle of them both going back and forth, hitting one another, or do you feel like it was one sided? Him only hitting on her, or she only hitting on him?
How you can
Like
go by
what do you feel in your heart of hearts? Because you got
Royce, I know you want your interview. I know Drama got all of y'all want an interview because y'all wasn't thinking about Boss Life. Y'all sat on this man's panel repeatedly. I could never understand how. I could never be on the sideline like, yeah, be a hoe. Yeah, go be Polly. Yeah, give him your money. Go be Polly. You got money? No, I'm not. I got character, yo. I could never be cool with that. I'm saying, I don't care. You got a pass. You got your money. You got your money. All right. Well, let's get out now. Get out that game. This ain't the way. Being a hoe ain't it. Giving your money to a pimp is not it. That's not it. I'm all about getting them out of it. They sent Royce and her mother, Empress, is all about keeping them in it. I don't care what Imp says. People keep asking Empress, and how can you sit on his poly panel? She get real offended, real right away. That's how I know you'll sit on it again. You still not taking accountability at all. She still says, well, I didn't do it in the sense of trying to get them to stay. I was telling everyone, no, you're not fit. No, you're not fit. No fit. It's still no accountability. It's still no, look, y'all, I messed up. I was on his poly panels. I sat with these girls. I messed up. But I'm turning a new leaf. I will no longer sit on his panels now for content or just befriending him. None of that. I completely separate myself. That's accountability. Imp ain't saying that. She's still covering up for what her choice. She's still making excuses and giving reasons for her choice and her actions of sitting on his poly auditions. That means she'll do it again. Royce is trying to show y'all that she's accountable. She gonna do that for y'all. She's trying to show y'all she can chastise him and still be cool with him. That's all this is. She's still gonna be cool with TKO. It ain't no how you hear, could you hear who was hitting. That don't make sense. She was downstairs. She didn't see who was hit. Do y'all see how his downstairs look? You can't see upstairs in a room from downstairs. And you can't hear it. It doesn't make sense. You don't know what you hearing. You don't know what.
You hear the tussling and the screaming and the
Right.
cursing.
Right. I heard the tussling. I heard a boom, which I think that was the phone that got thrown on the floor. Um, and I heard him saying, and you hear something going against the wall. And she was like, let me go.
Let me
So
go.
I honestly feel like
Uh-huh.
she did put her hands on
Hold up,
him.
bitch.
And he did
Sorry
put his
about
hands.
that. Hold up. Let me go. Uh-huh. He said, uh-huh. She said, let me go. And you talking about you honestly think she was... What? I want to fight some of these chicks. I swear. I want to fight. I want to
Hands
fight.
by constraining her.
Mm-hmm.
And I said constraining, my God, restraining her. But
Restrain. Okay. Constrain is a word. Restrain, constrain, everything. It's okay.
I am not protecting no damn
Yes, you are.
TKO.
Now,
You
I'm
You
can
are.
shut the
protecting.
fuck
You,
She's
up.
saying
girl,
it.
shut
She's
up,
saying it
girl.
both
I
ways.
wish
Are
y'all
y'all
seen these
listening to the
girls, though. I
story?
promise you.
She's saying it
They
both
both
ways.
was
She's letting it be
bullshit.
known
The
that
fuck?
he restrained her. This is what Boss Love came outside and said that
I give her some bass in that
he
voice.
he
I'm
put
not
his hands
playing.
on her and grabbed her by the shoulders and had her up against the wall. So how is she protecting the
Exactly.
man? But go on, Trina.
Hold up,
They not
dummy. Hold
listening.
up,
So,
dummy. I was talking. Royce, you foul, dumb little girl that want to be an old lady sounding like as you always sound like you want to be old, like you trying to be your mom. How about you learn to be yourself? How about you make me feel very cringy and uncomfortable every time you try this, baby that? I pay my part. You make me feel uncomfortable listening to you. I can't listen to her. It ain't no way you gonna sit here and tell me in my face. I heard two. I ain't even hear a full two sentence, and I already hear her taking up for TKO. Wasn't he feeling on you? Let's just listen.
yeah, they not. So, yeah, and then they finally came downstairs, and she was like, can you take me to the hotel? I was like, hotel? Why are you going to the hotel?
But
Because
not
ain't shit
this.
available.
Oh my God, these people
And she
got
was like,
kids.
because I just want to get away. I can't be here. And then that's when he was like, no, she want to go, let her go. And I'm sitting there like, yo, y'all are bugging. Please tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. And we're literally, as we're putting her stuff into the car, she's telling me her side of the story. And then as she's going in, he's telling me his side of the story. And I'm
Mm.
sitting there like, you two are bugging. You two are
They going
bugging. Me
okay.
personally,
So what did they both say? So I want you to tell me exactly what Boss Life
Oh my
said to
God,
you.
I can't
And then I
watch
want
mm-hmm.
you to
this.
break down exactly what TKO said to you. And you guys, don't leave her on 2K. Don't leave me on 1K. It's been an interesting night. You know, we're up late doing this. Could we all just get a couple gifts and things of that nature, please? We would really appreciate it, okay? Because it seems as if a lot of things were going on behind the scenes. Thank you guys for gifting. I also want to know Pretty Next Door's positioning in the whole situation as well,
These
okay?
are
So we're
women
going to
that
get
want
into
this
it.
man.
What
These are women that want to get in his bed. I can't. I think I ain't gonna be able to get through this. Like I said, I don't even think I can get through this interview because I can't listen to people that want to sleep with the man and eat his butt. I can't listen to women that want to pay him all their money and have their kids starving like Trina B. She want to give that man money she don't got. She want to give that man her money. I don't know if I can stomach hearing Royce, who all she doing is doing this for Bigo. She wants y'all to hear her make it look like she chastising TKO only so she can still have him on her men versus woman panel. She can still go out to Vegas and see him. She wants to keep her alliance with him. We're listening to a dead end. It's no. This is a setup. I'm done with it. So I'm done. I can't do it. My chat is messed up. Don't know if anybody in the chat or not. But I am about. Oh, the whole thing was you couldn't even see it anyway. Oh shit, you could hear it though.
What did TKO say?
But that was that. That was that. The interview from Trina B's perspective, and she just TKO was feeling on her, right? So we're not gonna get the truth from Trina B, who sat there and set out her lips. He said, uh-huh. And then Boss Life said, get off of me. Right after she admits to this, Trina B says, but she feels that Boss Life was fighting. She can't say he was hitting her. Even though you heard her say, get off me. Let me tell you something. It's against the law for a man to just hit on a woman. It doesn't matter. It's not fair because a woman can slap a man all upside his face, punch the man all in his chin, kick him all in his stomach, trip him by the ankles. She can hit him with a bat. But if that man beat her up, he going in. He going in. So it's not fair, right? But y'all men did it. You did it. Y'all was putting your hands on women too much. And y'all messed it up for yourselves. Y'all was hitting your women too much. And then, like the men that comes later on the live, they start blaming Boss Life. That looks good in the court of law, but it don't look good or feel good on Bigo. In the law, it just looks like y'all intimidating her as a witness. Y'all are victim shaming her. Y'all are harassing her. The law sees it as men abusing her again. So keep doing it. Keep it up. Keep doing it, because maybe that'll push her to put your behind back in the prison. Because, nigga, I can't. It's too much. It's too much. Keys is going to get up there. I got to go. I'll be live again. I can't do Trina B. The interview is on, what's this? Bigo. This is Bigo T. Royce gang. This is her page. I'm not for Royce. I thought Royce was going to make the right decision and cut TKO off. But I see now, after I actually was live watching this, I watched some of it when she was live. I saw how she basically disciplining TKO in front of everybody. So later on, that way she can say, well, y'all saw me. I got on him. I told him. So she wants to, you know what I'm trying to say? She keeping her affiliation with him. It's not no cutting him off. It's not no. They don't feel like that man really did nothing wrong. I don't believe it. Even though Imp is really, at times, I really empathize with Imp. I really feel like she is for Boss Life. I really feel like she's not going to deal with TK no more. I don't know about that, because she still is not saying, she's not holding herself responsible and accountable by sitting on his poly auditions. Even when it came to Boss Life, she was the judging Boss Life. She helped her get in that house. Her president. So she might have been against it, but she still sat with TKO. And Imp says it's for content. Since she's still seeing it as content and she getting mad and defensive with people that's calling her out on it, I can see her still sitting with TKO. There's no accountability. None. Boss Life. Get your money. I don't care if they say no. Call your bank and say, look, I need to dispute these charges for fraud. And also, all they're going to do is say yes or no. Is it going to hurt you? Now, find out. Find out if you can do it. It's not the end of the world. If they say, okay, under the premises of you were being lied to, deceived, you thought you were buying a house, you were kicked out, there's the police records that you were in jail, we'll go ahead and get your money back. Some of it, something. Or take them to court and get your money back. But stop laughing when it's nothing funny. Stop joking when it's nothing funny. People just using that against you, and you don't need that. It's all a tactic to make you feel bad, because they really mad at you for getting on his heels. Get on his heels, girl. Get on his heels. You got a lot of people that's standing with you. It's a lot of voices being raised for you. And it's a lot of people like me that's fighting for you every day. No matter if I got 1 view, 2 or 20 or 30 or whatever, I'm still standing right here fighting for you. Period. We read his charges. He tried to throw that, I wasn't convicted though. Yeah, but you only wasn't convicted because they gave you a plea. And they lessened your charge. That's all. You still raped that girl, dog. It don't change facts. You still did it. You still did it. You put yourself there, dummy. You told them voluntarily she gave you oral. And when they asked, well, how did it lead to that? How did it lead to oral in the backseat of the SUV? You said, I can't recall. You put yourself there. Y'all, we going live again. We gonna be working. All week, I'm going live. We on it. We on the build. So make sure you join me. Tune in. Engage in the comments. Also, wait. Money call. Money call. Hey, where the music? Make sure you send me some money. You see my Cash App on the screen. I'm going to ask regardless. So you see my Instagram. All of it is spicy. It's spicy AF. My Cash App is spicytopics. Whatever you can do it. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your patience. As I grow, as I glow. And I'll be back. I'm going to definitely